I will start the stream. I will now completely ignore the stream and it may fall over. However, if anyone else wants to dip around on the stream, it is twitch.tv/DianaProbst.
I believe I follow you on Twitch.
I also believe I follow you
Yep,
on Twitch.
there may be the voices of the gods, and I do not object to you following the voices of the gods. It will be hilarious.
Hey, we got one viewer. Oh, and it's going to start echoing, so I'm going to turn the sound off.
It's probably Streamlabs viewing me.
What was
No,
it,
it's...
Diana?
Oh, we got 2 viewers now, but one of them's probably me.
Yeah. Diana Probst, Probst.
I've done it. I'm in.
Woo, you're
I'm
in.
gonna
Hello.
I'm muted already. And I can bring up the chat. Where's the chat? There it is.
Cool. So
There we
yeah,
go, we're good.
I am absolutely fine with you following the voices of the gods, because last time they led you so hilariously astray that this time I'm sure they can only do better.
I trust the voices.
Oh dear.
The voices of the gods are awesome. So, thank you for joining us. Do you remember what happened last time?
So vaguely.
Yeah.
Was the last one the desert one?
Yes, the last one was one of the desert ones, in which you realised that Prax is RuneQuest Australia.
Yep.
And then went further into it anyway.
And everything sucks there.
And everything sucks there. And
Yeah.
Romast got kind of... someone got kind of hitched. Alston, was it you?
It was Orson, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Orson got married.
Alston, you can't quite have got married because your cult says that you're not allowed to be married to someone not in the cult. However, there are many, many unofficial states, and you've got one of those. A lot of people will refer to her as your wife. You only really need to worry about it if they're a bearded person and questioning whether you're really married to someone outside the cult.
Yeah.
Is it possible to get the wife to join the cult?
Yes, but she probably needs to be literate.
I've made a good decision is what I'm hearing.
Coming from Prax, literacy is not so much a thing. It may be that she can learn to sing all the stories appropriately, which might be allowed to pass for literacy, but Lankormai is the god of knowledge.
That's true.
Gotcha.
Do we have a name for your wife?
Perhaps. Oh wait, actually, wait a second. NPCs, wasn't it named? Isn't it Yenna I think it's just named daughter.
In that case, we probably don't have one, so I will write a secret plot note to myself now. Or actually, I'll put it in Alston's thing, Lumina.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, Love Oren or Lumina? There are several names. But I think... Oh yeah, Love Oren. Her name is Oren.
The Yenna Jarring's daughter, that we're siblings, that's our mom.
What?
Yeah.
This is a madly alternate life, and yes, that's totally fine. Yenna is an example NPC. Your mother can be Yenna. She is that sort of person.
Okay. Was I wrong?
Yeah, I
She's
guess.
She's a test NPC. So,
Okay.
Commander Nexus, for what you may be wondering about, we have a database that keeps track of all the characters for us, and they're looking at it and going, I remember this one, and I'm going, I remember them differently. So,
Gotcha.
your wife then, or your not wife, Alston, is Oren. You've been back out of Prax for long enough for the sunburn to fade, most of the scars to have gone away, and the feeling that you'll never get rid of the sand to finally be fading from your nightmares.
Starting with
And
I find a grain of sand in one of my socks. Every once in a while.
yes, and Oren wakes you up early in the morning one morning and says, my love, My lord and husband, I have dreamed.
And?
I dreamed you took 2 swords to Prax.
Okay.
I think there was a sarcastic shaman involved. He does get into my dreams sometimes. I'm sorry about that. I think her Heta wants to speak to you.
Ah, yes. I remember who this is because this was not long ago. At all.
Can you remind us who it is?
That's
So,
the shaman.
the shaman
Right.
who was really sarcastic
Yes,
and who
okay.
gave you your plot hook and your rewards.
Yes. Eric, do you want to turn your camera on?
Sure. But I
Doesn't have a camera.
Eric
Right.
doesn't have camera.
He said that earlier.
but again, it's
Oh.
not very helpful because I'm also using it as a microphone.
Ah.
Can you install some kind of amusing mirror for us?
So it doesn't appear very useful.
Okay, now can you turn your camera back off, please?
All right. Well, we will
Yeah.
we will have a cameraless Orlston.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's all right. I have like a funny little ram guy. It's all right. Look at that.
Yep.
He
look
is
at
a
him.
funny little ram guy.
Funny little ram guy. All right, so I guess so she came to are we in like a tent? Or am I in a
You
tent?
are in your house. I mean,
I have a house?
You live in Boldholm, so a house or wherever it is that you stay with your tribe or with your brother or whoever. You have the rank to pull to sleep in the library, if necessary, because you're an initiate of Lancor Mai.
There. Okay, well then I'll go in nice name change.
I'm a
I'll
lovely
go
GM.
and I'll go and get Bromast and Orlac, and we shall go in. Do we have to go back to Prax to meet with this shaman?
Oren looks at you and her shoulders slump. I really don't think he's going to come here.
Ah, I forgot you were here. So I was just talking to myself.
Well,
What a loving husband.
she's good at interpreting. Yes, you can go off to the temple,
All right, so I'll go off to the temple of
Humact.
stabby stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bromast and Orlact. In general, you don't have very many places to stay if you are not at the Temple of Humact, because nobody likes having a death cultist all up in their fertility rituals.
Makes sense.
This is
Does
not
make
a
sense.
euphemism, but it could be.
Yeah.
Wait, is it
Um,
fertility week?
No. And,
Unfortunately.
you know, people get a bit scared. On the other hand, there is a good regimental feeling around here because everyone trusts Lord Errol exactly as much as they hate him. Your High Sword, I will remind you now, absolute arsehole, very, very good politician and warrior. Fortunately, he is not around.
All right. And that he's the head of the Humac.
Yeah, the
Oh,
High
okay.
Sword, the Great One, the General, is,
Gotcha.
like everyone else, came up through the ranks. In his
Gotcha.
particular case, created the regiment as he came.
Gotcha.
So, an ordinary day at the Temple of Humact mostly consists of, in this day and age, doing sword drills with a load of lay members. There is a pretty chronic war on, and that means that everyone joins up a little bit.
Gotcha. I'm probably teaching classes.
Pretty
That
much,
makes
yeah.
sense.
It's raining slightly. You are out in the compound that goes around the great blade of the sword-shaped temple. And do me both, please, a broadsword roll.
Oh no way!
I already know that I have 100 in it. I got 14.
Mm-hmm.
9.
Okay, so
Nice.
that's a special from
No.
both of you.
Nice.
Remember, Bromaster, even if you have 100, you can fail on a D100.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, you are doing well. Teaching is fine. Your pupils are taking on what you are showing them. So you're taking people who are basically okay at what they do and teaching them a bit more. And then arriving without his wife person is Alston.
How, like, formal is this? Would it make sense for me to, like, shout at him and be like, hey? Or is that...
You're in charge of your people here. How formal do you
Okay.
want it to be?
not very formal?
Right, you can just tell them to take a hike. Or
All right.
tell them to practice amongst themselves.
Yes, that's probably the... Practice amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Partner up,
Um,
nobody die. Too much paperwork.
It's the one.
Alright.
Orston, brother, it's good to see you.
How's the teaching going?
It's going pretty well. I give a little spin on my broadsword.
My wife has had a vision.
Oh, goodness.
I believe we must go back to Prax.
We must, or you must?
We must. I think we've been summoned.
Back to
The vision was me and two swords. I don't even know if Orlak's there. Are they in like
I-
separate classes? teaching?
Well,
I
was
hold-
on broadside, so I assume so.
I hold my sword out and say, here, you can take this one.
I'd rather not carry your giant sword. I'm definitely more of an intellectual than a fighter. That is where your strengths lie.
Well. Lovely GM.
Yes, my dear.
About how long is the trip to Prax?
It'll take you a few days to get there. Your time at the temple, you can do a week's service basically any time during the season. And
Okay.
roll me an intrigue, please.
Intrigue.
Intrigue, yes.
There's so many skills. Where would I find that?
It's in the weird little personality section, I'm pretty sure.
Possibly under
Insight?
communication, possibly. Yeah, insight sounds, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it-
intrigue particularly.
Intrigue, okay, yes.
Perception.
Intrigue is under communication, it's under intimidate.
Okay. Thank you. Intrigue. I have 10. This is gonna go great. 42 on my 10. So,
yeah, you have no idea about this sort of stuff. Orlak,
Okay.
feel free to amuse me by doing so as well.
83.
Yeah, you have no
goodness.
idea either.
I'm still finding sand in my shoes. I don't...
It sounds like you're well adjusted to the climate already then.
I give him a punch on the shoulder and say, fine, I'll go.
Does this hurt
Not a
me in
hype.
any way?
No, not a hard punch on the shoulder. Just like a...
My
You
frail
know.
little body, I'm gonna explode.
Okay,
How much strength do you have, by the way, Bromast?
How much strength? Where do I...
It's in top left characteristics.
15.
Oh, actually, you're not that much more stronger than I was. I was more expecting like you to be just incredibly beefy. Maybe it's mostly talent.
I have size 16. I don't know what that means.
Oh, there's a size?
There is size.
Ah, you're one size bigger than me.
okay. So, Orlak, it remains for you to volunteer, or you could...
Let's go on a hike.
Okay, I was going to say, you can probably clear that wall and start running.
Oh, it's good for you to join me, friend.
Alright, when are we off?
We can leave. You're in the middle of the class, so we can leave tomorrow morning.
Does that make sense for my character? Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's...
We leave immediately. Screw
Probably
your
have
class.
to declare it with somebody, don't we?
Yeah, probably.
So, you do have commanders, but basically you are of a level where you can say, unless you're ordered otherwise, we can go off, we are going to go off and do this, especially if there's been a vision of with swords in.
That makes sense. Okay, I'll go tell whoever's appropriate that I'm leaving after the class.
Yeah, so Sword Graria looks at you and she just shakes her head. Bromast, tell me later how it went.
Will do.
And she goes off to be burly and short-tempered elsewhere.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll go home and talk to the wife.
My lord, are we prepared to travel?
Of course, we'll leave tomorrow morning. Are you coming with us?
I hope so.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And all actors just run away in real life. The next morning, all is ready, all is prepared. Alston, your wife can pack to leave in 20 minutes, and that includes taking down the tent she normally lives in. So in this case, as the tent has already been stored, she's packed in about 8 minutes. There is not actually that precision of timing in Glorantha. That's how quick she is.
Wow.
And you can wend your way out of Boltholm.
Alright. We're on horses, I would assume?
If you are going into Prax, you probably don't want horses.
That
Although
makes sense.
you do have zebras available, I believe.
Zebras!
Yeah.
I will ride a zebra.
Somebody owes me a zebra. This is in
What
my
do you mean
notes.
somebody owes you?
Yeah, there was a zebra death, wasn't there? If you have ride horse on your sheet.
Orlston owes me a zebra.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's in my notes.
If you have ride horse on your sheet, then you
Yes.
have probably picked up a zebra instead because you were in Prax. If you had ride bison, you're fine.
I have ride horse, and I
Yeah.
have 70 in ride horse.
Yeah, you will be on a trained zebra.
I have some X's on my character sheet. Do we need to do something with that?
They would be ticks, but if you have not advanced them, then we won't worry about this because we're simply playtesting. We will assume it is the same season as before.
Alright, sounds good.
And yeah, you know, the sunburn and the scars, they're there, man. You didn't
Okay.
meet the plants.
Wait, how does ticking work again? Isn't it like when you complete something or whatever you tick it?
When you're successful at something, it gives you the chance to advance it at the end of the season.
Right. Should I tick broadsword because I did a special?
Nah, you'll have plenty of chance to tick
All right.
broadsword later, don't worry.
Sounds good.
This is not a success.
But you were not particularly under stress while you were teaching people.
True.
Okay, travel takes only a few days. And it's not long before you can see and smell the herd of bison. Yep, that's probably about 3,000 or 4,000 bison, a couple of hundred tents. It's not all of the Straw Weaver clan by any means, but it's the important ones because the big tents are here.
Gotcha. Should we go find the biggest of the big tents or wherever the shaman is?
Who are you
Are we
asking?
anywhere near the shaman at this point?
That's a good question. I guess my friends.
Just go
Companions.
find him.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
We go have a poke around.
They know you here, the pickets let you in, and then everyone do me a scan roll, please.
Let's
Yeah.
go. That's a 100, right?
Yeah,
Cool. 79
out of.
I got...
out of.
Or like
what's the
passes.
Scan?
I fail.
Thank you.
What is a scan?
Perception.
I'm too busy looking
Out
at
of
one bison.
yeah, out of 40.
So that would be a no. However, I believe Orlak passed. Yeah,
I like that.
a couple of tents down from you, there's a tiny little figure. You know, bisons are huge people. They make Bromas look small. They make everyone here look short. And then this one little wizened bald guy with all the piercings. Oh God, yeah, you know him.
Mm-hmm.
Found him, friends.
He twirls a little bit of bone through his cheek. There, you, good. I'm glad you arrived.
You called?
Yes. Did you know there is a shaman who is more annoying than I am?
No.
No, I did not.
Last time you helped me trample her with a lot of spirit bison. It was good.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Masserelt. She's shorter than I am, and she's more annoying. And she's got a problem. And this is the funny thing, she needs my help. He does a little happy dance. I'm not saying you're going to help me, but I'm saying you're helping me. And
We're helping you help her.
you should go there, and if one shaman can't deal with it, I'll come a little bit later because I have a lot of preparations to do. Oh, she's by the dead place. Any questions?
Yes. What does she need help with? What are we doing? And where's the dead place?
If I knew exactly what she needed help with, I'd be happier and I'd tell you more. The dead place is where Stormball fell, which is a story that all of you know, like the great
Yes.
god fighting chaos.
I'm pretty sure we were there. Weren't we?
That happened several thousand years ago, but you may well...
Not when it happened, but like we went to the dead place last time? Or were around there?
No,
Okay.
you went to where he sharpened his horns.
Right. Yes.
And then Iritha, his wife, drew all the strength out of the area and just gave it to him. And he got up and he pasted the devil. I mean, it took quite a while. There were bits of Stormbull and bits of devil everywhere. And the devil is currently locked under a 2-kilometre tall adamantine block which Stormbull hit him with. Because he doesn't do things by halves. But the dead place is notable for not having life in even now.
Oh. Well, sounds like a fun adventure.
It's about that way, he points. It's pretty big.
About how far that way?
A day or so. You want the edge where Stormbull scored with his horns a bit, up towards Moonbrook. That way. Head towards that mountain. Keep the dead place on your right, and when you get to a big bit that goes into the dead place, turn in.
Sounds good.
If you get to Moonbroth, you've gone too far.
Alright.
If you get to
how
Pimper's
would
Block,
we-
you haven't gone far enough yet.
How would we recognize Moonblock?
Moonbroth.
Moonbroth.
It's a place and you ask where you are and people say you're in Moonbroth, you lost idiot.
And I think I think
resemble
we're done with
that
the
remark.
conversation. Let us go. I think we can be off. Thank you for your time. All right, come on, Bromast, Orlact, we shall go.
We're just
around.
we're just
Us.
popping in, saying hi, and then leaving.
Well, I mean, we've gotten our mission statement, so to speak.
What's out of character? What's your wife's name again?
Oren.
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. No idea.
Oren. O-R-R-E-N.
Orin.
Oren.
Oh my goodness, there's so many O names. We've got Orklat, Orlston, and Orin. This is okay. Orin, do you have any business here before we leave?
I want to see my family. I'm not coming to the dead place. I love him, but I'm not coming to the dead place.
I again would never have it.
We'll bring him back to you.
Yes.
Good. Alive. Bring him back alive.
Hopefully in one piece.
And it's
our
late.
best.
Do you really have to travel tonight?
I guess we can wait till the morning.
Of course we can wait till morning.
Okay.
Drinking with the Praxians again?
Well, this time it's only a small feast that the chief calls you to. Can anyone please, who has it, do me customs Bison Tribe? If you don't, then do me customs Sarta at half the normal number.
Where are customs?
Customs.
knowledge.
Okay, I don't have customs.
I don't have either.
I have Humecht and Hjortling.
Hjortling, customs Hjortling is enough.
Hjortling. Yeah, okay,
customs
Hjortling.
Hjortling it is.
At half?
Yep.
I fail so hard.
How hard?
71 on my
That's not hard. That's just a fail.
30. Okay.
Just a fail.
Damn. I got a 50 and I have a 40. So.
Okay, so essentially no one really knows enough about hospitality in general to know what's being said and done here. It's a small feast, a little meal, and there are maybe only half a dozen other people there. Single meat dish, which is surprising given that it's apparently a bison feast. But you're sat down next to various people, but not next to each other.
Oh, wonderful. I don't want to sit with the dead people anyway.
Mm-hmm. And can you also do me an intrigue roll?
Of course.
I'm so bad at that. Oh, I dropped a dice.
Wow.
Well,
Where did that go? Sorry, that's probably a great view.
I'm pissing Bromast butt.
or like
what was it?
clueless.
What was it again we're doing?
Intrigue.
Customs again?
Intrigue.
Oh, intrigue. Where's that? Found it. Okay, so I fail again.
That's fine. So, you're kind of at a feast.
Yeah, 33 on my 10.
Yeah, pretty similar. 30 on my 20.
I mostly roll these in the hopes that you'll get 00 on your 10, to be honest. Bromast, you're next to a couple of warriors who engage you politely in small talk.
All right. I engage them back.
Dead place, yes. Dead place bad.
Dead place bad.
Mm.
We don't like the dead place.
We fight in the dead place. There were many brew, and one of them hands over to another who knows a bit more trade talk, but was a bit shy. Many brew in that place, and no magic.
Many brew.
Brew.
Do I know what they mean by brew?
Oh God, yes. It's a word. They are horrific, chaos-tainted, mostly humanoids.
Oh goodness.
That's wonderful. I'm very excited.
Heavy armor.
Oh great.
You
by-
take heavy armor. It's good. You take heavy armor.
I take heavy armor.
Yeah.
By many, are we like 10, 100?
It won't be the same ones now.
Okay.
8 of us went in. 10 brew, maybe 12. Small group, travel faster. Might get lucky. Heavy armor, hope to get lucky.
Thank you for the advice. How's your day going?
Pretty good. Past the bison. You gonna eat all that?
No, I'm done.
Can you please roll me a charm, Bromast?
Yeah, for sure. I have a feeling I'm not very charming. 20.
I'm okay with that.
24. Oh man.
Yep, so they don't talk much with you. It's like they had a thing to say, they've done the small talk, and now they're busy eating.
Yep.
Orlact, you have... Theoretically, you could be offended by this. You've been put next to a couple of herders. Like, that is not your status.
No, it's not.
You could say something. The chief is right there.
I don't think that would be in character. I'm sort of just quietly grumbling.
Okay. And one of them, after a while, says, if you grumble like that, your throat will get dry.
Do you have something to drink then?
He passes you over It's a kind of sloshy leather bag. You've had the milky alcoholic drink before. Just take a little.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, like takes a swig.
Yeah, it's no worse than last time. And he says, I'm Delapon. Happy pleased to see you. So, you're going to the dead place.
Arheta called us here.
He is a great shaman. He sees many visions.
He has called us before.
You did
It was an interesting
well.
experience.
And then, can you do me first aid, please, Orlact?
What?
No, I cannot. Okay, so Delapon then coughs for a while. Like he looks away politely, he covers his face, but he's still coughing, and then dust in my lungs. It was very bad. In that place, I was rescuing a calf, and a storm came. I used to wield a sword. Would put you down, not anymore. And the one next to him says, I was chased in by bowler lizard riders. The dust, there was water, I was lucky. There was dust half a day after there was mud. It choked. There were bandits. My cousin killed one of the bowler riders later. It was a great fight. But the water dried so quickly that there's no water there except half a day after the rains.
So we need to take lots of water, is what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm. And Alston,
Alright.
you're sitting next to someone by the name of Nera. It's a bit odd to have women sitting down at this feast. I mean, Bromast accepted, Bromast being a guest. It's a bit odd to have, but nevertheless, she is. And she's looking at all the people who are telling stories and talking, and then she looks at you and says, well, they talk a lot.
Yes, they do. A lot to say, I think.
There's one thing to remember. I lived in there because I refused to die.
You lived where? You lived in
The dead place for 3 days. I refused to die. I had children, and I came out to get back to them. In your heart, there's strength. Call on that. There's nothing else to call on.
Oh. My heart may not be the strongest, that's for sure.
Then die.
That's not gonna happen.
Then find your strength. Maybe she's related to a Heta.
Is a Hedda at this feast?
A Heta is not at the feast, no. Although Chief Galaf does have a great story about how to fight people, and then he talks a bit on how to wear armour so that it's really protective in a sandstorm, which is potentially useful.
I'm gonna listen to that, I think.
Oh,
especially
God,
since
yes.
I've been told to wear heavy armor.
Yeah.
How does heavy armor work in this game?
It's a number that takes away the damage that you take from things.
Gotcha. Is there any disadvantage to wearing it?
Have you ever worn heavy armour in a 40-degree heat?
That makes sense.
I would like
Yeah.
to invite you to consider your options. You are, after all, in Prax.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
I don't even know if I can do crap with armor at all.
How long does it take to don and doff?
Probably about 5 minutes to get it on properly.
Okay.
5 minutes.
It's not like a full medieval suit of armour. It's
Yeah.
a cuirass, some bits on arms and legs, a helmet.
Okay.
What he's talking about mostly is the padding that goes on underneath it and how to move it so that it covers up the skin completely as protection from dust.
That sounds important.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we might want to spend even another day here gearing up and making sure we have everything.
You have
Can
your
we,
own armour. Alston, what armour, if any, do you have on your sheet?
None.
Mhm.
I don't think. Anyway.
And what size are you?
9. Nope, that's not it. 15.
Okay. So, this is a bison camp. That means that there are a lot of big people around. You will be able to, in fact, borrow some armour. Buying it is out of the question for some reason. You'll be able to set off with extra water bottles, extra bits of cloth, all of the things you need pretty early the next day.
Where would I find my my armor?
It's probably up at the top, although I can't remember exactly what the character
There's
sheet
like a
looks
armor
like.
place right next to, like right under the weapon thing. So like you know where like go to
Oh,
the top
armor,
where you see
armor.
weapons and then armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5, 6 or 7 armour is pretty good and pretty heavy. That means you're wearing metal and maybe some kind of padding, and maybe the padding is layered.
Yeah, I've got 5, 5, 5, 6, 6.
Yeah, so that's about the best you're getting.
Okay.
So I could definitely get better armor.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I'm 3 across the board.
Yeah.
Imagine having 3 and not 0.
So, all act, there's nothing really that's going to fit you in metal in the camp, but they can provide Alston with linothorax armour, which is kind of stiffened linen, and boiled leather, so you can get your 3 across the board. You can also, if you're willing to wear someone else's sweat, borrow padding.
I will not do that. That sounds awful.
I respect your opinion.
I think the padding sounds like a good idea.
Says Bromas,
I
who
think-
already has his own.
respect your
I
respect
think-
your opinion, Bromas, but alas, hopefully I can talk
Strongly-
my way out of anything. Won't
I
need
s-
the padding.
It's less the fighting and more the dust that I'm worried about.
That is true. Dust, sweat, kinda. I'll have a. Is there like a cloak? Is that a thing?
Cloaks are totally a thing, yes.
I'll just get a
They
cloak.
they can lend you great big bison skin cloaks. It will, if it comes to it, be 1 point of armour, but you won't be able to wear it while fighting. You'll be wearing it while cowering from any dust clouds, for example.
That is fine. Cowering, that's something I'm confident in.
Expert
Probably makes
cowerer.
sense to bring a couple of those.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll take. Orlac will take padding.
sure. So you'll be a 4 across the board, except the head, which is still a 3 because you can't make your helmet any bigger.
How do you edit this thing anyway? Do I just?
You don't right now. You have to just remember it.
All right, I will do that then.
I'd have to
The
write
voices of
thing
the
that
gods
lets
are
you
being
edit.
strangely silent.
I think the voices of the gods have stopped for a bit. They should be barracking more. But that's fine. Ooh, hello, Wonder Pig 13. We have been followed
Hey,
by
that's
one
me.
of the voices of the gods.
That's me.
That's beside the point. I will take it. I'm cheap. This means I think you can set off, unless there's anything else you can think of. Given that
We
the
got the water and everything, right?
yeah, given that
Yeah,
the
okay.
shaman is pressing this to happen, it is amazing how much people come to just offer you a little bit of help. They get in the way, offering you a little bit of help.
Oh.
Okay.
They want to be the one to give it to you.
Can I ask people what's going on around here?
Sure. How's your Praxian?
Not great, as far as I know.
In that case, roll me twice trade talk.
Yep. Oh goodness, this is not. I've got 15.
So that's a 30.
I rolled a 9.
Okay, so yeah, you can communicate with them pretty much adequately. It's the sort of question that you pre-prepare and you think about what the answers might be. What is it that you want to know from them beyond what's going on around here? Because that's very general.
Why is everyone so anxious to help us? And yeah, that's the first thing.
Have you ever tried to say no to a shaman?
I think we did.
I think we did. Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
Not great.
We helped anyways.
And does anyone know why the shaman wants this?
The shaman says he doesn't know why the shaman wants this. The shaman says a lot of things.
Okay. Okay.
Shaman speaks to the spirits, we do what Shaman says.
What is the, like, public opinion of this shaman that we're going to help?
Well, do me an intrigue.
That's such a difficult question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do people think about her? That's a fail.
Unfortunate.
They're not. They don't really want to talk about that, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Meh.
Meh.
Apparently, people don't like to badmouth shamans, or don't like to talk up shamans, or don't like to talk about shamans. You know, being cursed with a load of spirit buffalo that trample you in your sleep can be bad luck.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, blame.
Well, I think that's all the questions that I can think of right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't think Orlek actually speaks straight talk.
What? Really?
It's not on my sheet.
Ha, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll have it at probably about a 10. I just haven't put it down. So I'm briefly going to share so that people who are looking at us, or looking at the Twitch, can actually see us. PDF, go live. There we go. So that is the dead place. You're somewhere down to the south of there, somewhere in Caravan Alley. Probably the bison are going to be raiding some caravans this season. They often do that.
Is there any way you could make it a little bigger?
Don't know.
I think making it bigger crashed something.
I think making it bigger just crashed Discord for me.
Oh dear.
I would advise not making it bigger.
I would advise not making it bigger, but what I will do is I will copy and paste it into the chat in a moment. Let me just get back to where I was. Where are you anyway? General. Here I am. Turn on camera and attempt to get the window capture back. Pop out first. And general. Here we are, back again. I will copy and paste this for you now.
Alrighty.
It's just going to be a screenshot. Okay, anyone else following along at home, please feel free to look up The Dead Place. It's horrible, it's nasty, And they're going to be going there. We're pretty sure they're going to be going
Yay.
there. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a map of it, you see.
Bro,
That's
there's
kind
bunch
of a giveaway.
links at the top.
We have been instructed to go to the dead place.
You have been instructed. If you're lucky, that's all you need to do. Go there, talk to Masserel, come home, it'll be great.
Sounds good.
feel
Somehow I
like
have a
let's
feeling
not
it's not going to be
understand.
that easy.
I have a feeling it's not going to be that easy either.
Alright, well, I guess we'll leave now then.
Okay.
I think we're fully set up, right? So,
We make sure we got lots of water. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
Would it
All
make
the-
sense to take mounts
Yeah.
with us?
To take what with you?
Mounts.
Or zebras or something.
You'll want to have them to get to wherever you're going, unless you want to be on foot in Prax.
Probably not. Let's take the zebras.
Yeah.
It means taking lots and lots of water.
It does mean taking lots and lots of water.
Yep.
But there is a river that you'll be able to get to that should be flowing even in this season, a tiny bit north of where you're going to go. So it's unlikely you'll completely run out of water. If necessary, you can let your animals go.
Okay. Where are we in relation to the dead place?
You see where it says Caravan Alley?
Yes.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
like,
we're going to...
You're going up towards the top left, Moonbroth, and then turning right into the bit that sticks out into the dead place.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Alright, well, I will say goodbye to Orin.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She says goodbye to you as well in the way you know best. That is, she sings you a song of her people to wish you luck. It's pretty well done. There's quite a lot of throat singing as you go away. Her friends join in as well to wish the warriors luck.
Well,
Nice.
thank you.
We've been sung to.
That's
Aw.
up to it. Good to hear.
All right. Anything interesting happen on our journey?
Well, I think I'm going to declare a tea break. I'm assuming
good.
nothing interesting is happening, but I can pad it out if you're here for 4 hours instead of 3.
I'm happy to be here as long as...
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm here for as long as humanly possible. So.
Awesome.
you're probably going to want to go to bed before...
Yeah, cool.
Too
So
late.
you're free in the afternoons. Yes, tea break, and then I will be back shortly.
All right. I might also make myself some tea.
Yeah. Plus.
I might make myself some tea. I just don't want to put tea on the floor.
Tea break.
Your desk not set up yet?
I still don't have a desk. No, I'm still on the floor.
Oh,
It's why my camera is all whack.
you need a desk, my friend.
I'd love a desk. It's 17th, so like tomorrow, I think, or no, the day after tomorrow, because it's the 15th. So, the day after tomorrow, I'll have a desk. Then I can play League of Legends without having to play point and click champions, because I can't aim anything because my mouse doesn't do crap. It's just on the floor.
There, I put the thing that says tea break over Alston because he makes a good background. I should be back in a sec. If the voices of the gods want to know anything, feel free to lie to them.
Tea break over Orals. Oh damn. Let us see. Voices of the gods.
You're gonna go get tea?
Me? No, definitely not.
Legends of Runeterra?
Sure, why not actually? Legends of Runeterra. I'm gonna get destroyed. My decks are very bad.
So am I.
Are you still playing with the base decks?
A modified one.
You modified one, okay. I've got 2 decks that I made myself, and both of them are absolute garbo. scalable. Don't you love it when you've downloaded all of the assets, but you're only at 70%?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go. You in?
Quite.
Okay.
I have returned
Hello.
with tea and cookies.
Yo.
A cookie.
Kind of fog, not gonna lie.
Little
Yo,
bit.
I just got a crap ton of essence actually.
Nice. What are you playing?
Legends of Runeterra.
Nice.
I will play
I've been playing so much Hollow Knight. The only context that Essence means anything to me is Hollow Knight.
Fair.
Hey, we're all back. Look at that.
Look at that. Crazy.
Okay. And I have my tea back.
And I have mine.
Hurrah.
Play this game later.
Yeah.
What kind of tea?
In this particular case, given that I need to sleep tonight, it is raspberry and something that I've added a dollop of honey to help my voice.
Nice.
Will this just run in the background or will it like time out? Should we just close
I
it?
do not know.
I think we should just close it. I think it's
What are you attempting to run in the background?
Oh, card game.
Ah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
we'll play this later.
Well,
Goodbye.
now's your chance to find out. Where were we? Ah, yes, I was reading the adventure. Yay. So, can everyone please, as you travel and it gets towards evening, feel free to roll me a scan.
A
Yeah,
scan.
maybe.
Scan.
I pass.
That-
Let's go.
I don't like the sounds of that.
It's fine. It's if I ask you to roll listen that you're messing up. I mean, that I'm going to mess you up.
Pass.
Pass.
Okay, so those of you who pass scan, we'll find out later if Bromast has, can see in the evening light it looks like a sunbeam is drifting away from the sun and almost towards you.
I somehow don't think I passed because my 10 dice is a 90. So, yeah, 93.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. Yeah, softish sunbeam drifting.
Well, like, do you see that sunbeam?
I do.
Interesting.
They
I don't
normally
think
do that.
I don't think I've read about anything like that. Unless I have.
I think in this particular case, well, roll me a reputation roll, Alston. So roll me a D100 and tell me what you get.
Let's go. 84.
Yeah, no, you have no idea. But it seems to be coming towards you.
Ah. Is it getting closer, Orlac?
I think it is.
Huh.
I'm just now like, oh, that thing you've been talking about.
And it's getting closer quite quickly now. You can see it's not actually a sunbeam. It's more a soft golden light. It looks like a rider on a horse.
Hello!
Okay. I guess we're
Yeah.
gonna try and communicate with it.
Okay. It looks at you as you call and begins to gallop towards you. Now that it's moving at speed, you can see how completely see-through it is, except for the light that it leaves behind as a long trail.
I am going to... Do I have a shield? I do have a shield. I'm gonna make sure that I'm, like, ready. I'm not pulling my weapons out, but I'm, like...
Okay.
I'm gonna pull back behind the other two.
Olact, what are you
Get off my
doing?
zebra. Like, get off my zebra.
Okay. So...
I can't fight from that thing.
I can.
Bromast, this leaves you as the obvious target.
Oh dear.
Yes, I know. Can you please roll me your shield score?
My shield score. Okay, where did I put my dice? There they are. I need something better to roll on. That's not good. Where's shield? Shields. Oh,
Under
no,
weapons.
I think we're fine. Damn, no, we're not fine. I rolled 75 on my 70.
Okay, and I was about to say, in fact, this ghost has quite a high lance score, so your shield is getting derated. This means you are taking a pretty significant chunk of damage, in fact. Yes, you're taking 9 points to the right
God.
leg.
That is
It shouldn't...
more than...
Sorry.
That's more than my armor.
Sorry, 10 points, because there's a +1 on the end, because Effie Aaron is a bastard.
So do I just lose my leg?
We'll get there in a sec.
Okay.
So, what everyone else sees is that as the ghost dips its lance, the lance goes straight through the horse, but the tip of it embeds deep in Bromast's leg. Like, this thing came in on one side and then was just able to ride through. Bromast, you take off the number of points of armour on that leg, and then you apply damage to the leg.
So it was 10, you said?
10. So you take 4 points of damage to that leg. Also...
My leg has 1 hit point left.
Also, if you wanted to, a ghost just got close enough to touch you, you could just possibly hit it in spirit combat.
I'm gonna try that.
Cool. Roll me spirit combat.
And that's gonna be...
That is under magic.
Magic. Spirit combat. 35. That's not so great. And I rolled a 50. So
Yeah,
nope.
and the horse just rides straight past and away. That was rude.
That was very rude. My leg hurts.
Ow.
Like a lot.
I should take off the...
Is it gonna be
T-Rex
bleeding
arm.
now?
It is bleeding. It's not getting worse. The amount of damage that exists is kind of the total worst it could be, unless things get really
Has
bad.
the horse dude done? Is he just gone away?
He's just cantering
Just kept
away
going.
now. Just fast, but going.
I really want to yell at him because he injured me, but also I don't want him to come back.
Do you have air or honour? Because those can both represent pride.
Where would that be?
Air is a rune and honour is a
Oh, rune.
passion.
Passions, honor 60. And runes, I only have 10 air.
So I don't think that pride really needs to push you into this.
Okay. Okay.
You might choose to roll on honour to see if you've been offended.
No, he's another warrior. He's just doing his thing. And I yelled at him, so, it's fine. I'm fine. This is fine.
And off he goes.
And off he goes.
So
Ow.
all of you have first aid on your sheets, and some of you have healing magic, spirit healing magic as opposed to rune healing
yes.
magic?
First
That ain't
aid.
me. Spirit healing magic? That ain't me.
Okay, maybe none of you do.
I
Oh,
have
wait. I found it. Never mind.
I have 40 first aid.
So you can, if you wish, attempt to patch yourself up.
I want to know if my friends are better though.
Nope.
My first aid is awful, but I have magic, so.
I might try and patch myself up. Is there any risk of me making it worse?
Only if you fumble.
Only if I fumble. And what's the range on fumble?
If you have a 40%, then about 3% would be a fumble.
Okay, that's acceptable. Oh goodness, not a fumble. 83, but
Yeah, so you haven't managed to make it better.
yeah.
Which means, Alston, it's over to you.
Yeah, I'll heal it with
Orlac-
magic.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, does Orlac want to
Orlac
do something?
can give it a go. Orlac's not a
in
little worse.
General, one first aid roll that says, no, I can't find a solution is enough. Otherwise, everyone gets to roll everything, and eventually we just get bored of it. So, Alston, you have healing spirit magic, yes?
I have heal wound. This spell repairs damage done to a living creature's
Is
hit points.
that-
It works equally
is
well on
that-
any living thing.
Yes, is that under, I think that may be rune magic. I can't remember.
I believe it is as well.
Okay, yep, you can use rune magic, but it will take away a rune point as well as the 4 hit points that Bromas, the 4 magic points that Bromas needs. Magic points come back quickly, rune
Okay.
points don't.
Don't.
I
don't know what my
definitely.
rune points are, so I've only got 3 of them. So is it one rune point?
It would be
and
1
then,
rune
like-
point to cast the spell, and 4 magic points to heal him for 4 hit points.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that then.
I have repair. Can I repair my leg?
No,
That's spirit magic.
no,
No.
that would be for things like broken swords.
Darn.
No, my spirit magic's pretty
It's very Lancor my
circum-
tech stuff.
circumstantial.
Okay.
So, I can rune magic those. So I'll rune 1 and then
Yeah, so in your case, you're probably using truth to cast it. Essentially, the knowledge of what should be correct in the world, and then you just argue the leg into behaving that way.
Oh, that's
Yes.
really good.
So roll on or under truth.
okay. Rolling, boom. Truth. Where is that? I pass.
Your turns.
Easy.
Sweet. How easy? Is it like a critical?
It's like 44 on a
Yeah,
75.
okay. So that's a pass. Bromast, you have a little Y-shaped scar. It's in the truth rune shape.
Oh, nice. That's kind of cute.
It is. You know, your god does truth and death. His god does
Yeah.
truth and being really stubborn.
So we're like kind of friends.
Oh yeah, it's almost as if we're like connected, bro. Like some like familial bond. of
We
some
both
sort,
like truth.
perhaps. Yes.
Little
sure.
from column A, little from column Y. And after that, it's almost evening. Can everyone do me a scan roll, please?
Yeah. Let's go.
Chloe dude's coming back.
Oh,
I got 2.
Let's go.
I'd like it's a pass.
Okay,
I got
so
a 2.
Bromast, you can see off in the distance a couple of branches behind a tree kind of waggling. They're kind of bent. That's an impala's horns. There's an impala hiding in those bushes over there.
And what is an impala?
It is a small, tiny antelope.
Oh, okay.
Seen them on the plains before. There are impala riders in Prax.
How likely is it that there would be an impala without an impala rider?
Pretty likely.
Okay. I pointed out to my friends. There's an impala there.
Ah,
Look at those horns.
You have a bow.
you want to
pretty
try
good
and
with it.
slay it, or like,
We're going hunting? There might be someone with it.
It would be problematic if I shot it.
It would be problematic if you shot it if there was a impala rider hanging out with it that decided they didn't like us now.
I mean,
Or
Bowmaster,
even better-
do you see a rider?
I don't, but it's pretty far away.
All right, so Orlac, I think we can try.
Let's get a little closer.
Okay.
Yes.
You'll have to get within bowshot, and as you get within
Yeah.
bowshot, someone gets up onto the Impala. They got a little bow with them.
Mm.
Ah,
Do they look like they're about to shoot us?
Well, the bow is ready, but it's pointed upwards.
Okay.
So it would take a moment to bring round. It's actually probably as the least efficient way for shooting you, because it's up like that. His whole right
Gotcha.
arm would have to straighten.
Gotcha.
If he's a professional, he can do it quickly, but still, he's looking peaceful. He
Yep.
shouts, "Who are you?"
We're travelers. We're going to the dead place.
And he puts the bow away as he gallops forward. He doesn't seem to have any reins. He just occasionally
okay.
taps the animal he's
Okay.
riding, and he's clinging onto it. And he comes up. Oh God, he's tiny. Right, he's down there. He and the Impala
So not-
together are about
not a
as
bison.
tall. No, about as tall as your zebras. He looks up at you. You're coming to the dead place. Who are you seeing?
What's the name of the person we're seeing? I don't know.
I'll show him in there.
I tell him the name of the person we're going to see.
He nods. Right, good. Glad you're here. This way.
Thanks. Great. And who would you be?
Hastily.
Oh my god.
Do we know this person?
Roll me a reputation again.
Probably not great. 23 was
Nope.
my...
I'll roll 2 as well then.
I'm basically looking for a critical reputation roll here because it's just some random bloke out in the desert.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
wait, what's
probably
his name
not.
again?
Hastily.
Unless my reputation is, like, way higher than I think. Where's...
It's his reputation you're rolling against.
Oh, I rolled 23.
I rolled a 20. So
Yeah, that's not enough in this particular case. And
Okay.
as you go, more and more little impalas pop up out of the undergrowth where they were lying down.
Good
I
thing
say-
we didn't shoot it.
See? I was about to say.
Most of them have riders. Some of them have
Alright.
little packs on them. They're pack impalas. And Hastily says,
Are they tame?
well, they have
they
bridles
have
on.
packs on them.
Tame impalas?
Yeah.
I
And
was looking forward to fresh dinner.
they bounce. God, they bounce a lot. You could get seasick in this crowd.
Oh,
'Cause
goodness.
sometimes they dash along, but mostly they just boing. And you see Hastily clear someone else, an even shorter rider, but still, and
my
come
God.
down on the other side. And they cheer him for that. It's obviously impressive, but still.
Hmm.
Boing, boing,
Bouncy
boing,
little guys.
boing. Yeah, these people are unarmoured. They all have bows. This would be awkward to take on. They are very
They-
good fast cavalry.
Yeah, no.
They look like a force to be reckoned with.
Orlac, I would advise putting the bow away.
I started to pull it out, still haven't strung it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's evening. They say, "You're welcome to the camp. We'll send to tell Mazerelt. We'll take you to her in the morning."
All right. Thank you. Your gracious welcome is appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Do these people look like they carry any scripture of any sort?
They don't look like they carry any clothes of any sort.
We had a
Say
bunch
we
of
found-
naked little people on impalas.
Pretty much. They're basically carrying enough that they don't have an unfortunate accident when galloping.
Mm.
So some of them are wearing loincloths for that purpose. That's it.
We found
Alright.
a glowing horse and a rider on our way here, and
It injured my leg. Do you know anything about
Oh, you met Effie Aaron. Yes, he hates everything.
that? That sounds about right. I shouted hello, he stabbed me in the leg and rode off.
They cheer that. It's like, you're Praxian now. You've been wounded by the one who hates everything. Little tiny people punch you on the shoulder. They have to reach
Great.
up. Several of them get onto their impalas to do that. Doing off again. And yeah,
Oh, that's great.
and there's dried impala for dinner, and some dried mushrooms which they've spiced with, as far as you can tell, tiny bits of impala jerky. But plenty of water. They mock how much your zebras need.
Mm.
And the food's good. And they'll
Great.
tell you, Effie Aaron has haunted the plains ever since Prax began, just hitting people. Occasionally it comes in and duels with things. Some people say that they've killed it. It always comes back. It's just a really angry ghost.
Do we know who it's a ghost of? Where it came from?
Alston, can you please do me a general knowledge roll? So
Let's go.
about 50%, probably.
Woo! I got a 9. Let's go.
Okay, so actually,
I don't know what the
You
general knowledge is,
do
though.
I just made up a number. You
Okay,
do
okay.
know this thing. There is a very long way away a place called Pent. It's full of horse riders. One day, a long, long, long time ago, Pent invaded Prax. Praxians hate horses. Like, they're taboo on the plains of Prax. Pent
That's good
is
to know.
why. There was a great big dust-up, and eventually the Praxians kind of got pushed a long way sideways, and they split off. Some of the Pentons, who became the Grazelanders over that way to the west of Sarta, they managed to push people back out. I'm doing this wobbly thing with my arm because it's funny. They managed to push people back out of Prax, but Effie Aaron is a Penton name. That person comes from an ancient civilization that invaded Prax.
All right.
Very aids everyone.
I guess
Makes sense.
I guess you never learned that the war was over.
Says Hastily.
Yeah. Sorry.
Wow.
Strange thing to say. Oh, that's such a cool story. Which I would take notes of if I could put notes down.
All right. I am gonna ask whoever makes sense to ask why, like, what the shaman wants us for.
We don't know. She's sitting on the edge of the dead place. Whatever it is, it's enough to ask bisons for help. And he spits on the ground. No offense to you, but they're bisons.
Yeah, we aren't bisons.
I mean, no offense taken, except for. Never mind. I was thinking about that now, but I'd rather not
Bring it up. Yeah,
bring it up.
probably smart.
I'm going to send you in the morning. We're going to stay here because there may be other people, but my little friend Igroon, he'll take you in. He'll give you some water skins and food for Masserelt as well. We're sending water into her.
If this tiny person is calling their friend little, how small is he?
Igroon is even smaller, about size 8.
What?
All right.
Oh my
Hello, Mum.
god.
Or
I'm
like
on
size 17.
Yeah.
Wait, your size is 17?
Or like giant. Think like
Orlac is
the stereotypical medieval blacksmith.
nice.
Holy.
Like giant.
I thought I was supposed to be like kind of tall and barely, but I'm also size 16.
Size 16 is, it's above average.
Yeah.
Size 8 is the smallest that most people can be.
Wow.
Gotcha.
It is teeny. You'll know there is a duck in the temple, a sword lord of Humact, who is even smaller than this. He's size 7 because he's a were-duck.
He's a duck?
Yes, a were-duck. He's got human arms instead of wings, and he can take the head off a horse with a single blow of his sword. And he's very, very good at teaching meditation.
What?
I love this game so much.
Why though?
Because were-ducks!
Can he
Rufus
talk?
Ducks are kind of people-like.
Yes, although it's a bit quacky, and it's a bit personal to tell him that it's a bit quacky, and no one is ever going to mention the fact that when he prays in the position of the death wound, his little tail waggles.
Oh,
No one will ever mention that to him.
bro, it's the death duck.
I'm gonna introduce myself to the Death Duck.
Yeah, at some point you must
At some
introduce
point.
yourself to the Death Drake.
Say nice to the fellow follower of Humact here.
Mm-hmm. However, we can do that some other time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let us move to morning. Yes.
All right.
In the Don't Spoiler channel, just there's a picture of approximately what a duck looks like.
Picture of a
God.
duck.
Yeah,
Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
What is this?
that is Ossie Heichelman's image of a duck warrior.
I
Wow.
adore that with my whole heart.
Yes.
I
They are famous for living next to a swamp full of undead and for being able to survive next to a swamp full of undead.
Gotcha.
wow.
All right.
Let's get ready and go meet our mission.
Okay. They make sure that you get some sleep that night. They promise you on their honour that your animals will be safe. They set a guard.
Thank
They
you.
sit to guard.
And morning comes. You get to
All
go
right.
with a relatively small rider, even compared to the rest. On the other hand, it's not like he holds you up, because he's sort of trotting along as you walk.
All right.
And the camp itself, he points it out, his trade talk is okay, is on the south part of the spur of land that leads in. As you go in, you can see the pallor of the land below. The air is dry and acrid. The grass here is sparse and yellowed, even though you're above the dead place. The shrubs are occasional, and your animals don't really want to eat much. Like they pick occasionally.
So we're getting close to the dead places.
Yeah. Well, you're on a spur, and the dead place is now
Right.
to either side of you.
All around us. Yeah, okay.
Yes. And then up ahead, in the distance, you can see a tent.
Mm.
Can you please all make me a scan roll?
Oh my god.
Seriously, unless it's me asking for a listen roll, you're probably fine.
I rolled a 100.
Unless you're asking for a listening roll, it's probably fine. It was
What do I see?
Nothing.
Did anyone pass?
I failed.
No.
Okay, so Bromast.
Yes.
What you can see off to the right, down in the dead place, is what looks like an injured woman kind of dragging herself towards the edge, towards pretty much up towards you.
I point and say that looks like bad news.
I look over there. Is there anything like striked out?
As far as you can see, well, roll me a scan, Alston.
I will. Scanning. Oh.
Fumbles as well.
You're not wrong. I got a 98.
Oh my god.
And what is your
Passes the
scan?
scan roll?
Okay, yeah, Alston, you're pretty sure you can also see it looks like an injured person is dragging themselves out of the dead place.
Oh, somebody's
What
injured.
did say?
Orlact.
Orlact, you think, I mean, they both say it's a person, you think it's a rock and that there's a heat shimmer, which is making it look like it's someone moving.
I'm sorry, you're outnumbered. That's clearly a person.
Orlact, wait. Is this
A rock.
Is this the truth? Is it actually a rock?
It's a rock.
Alright, then I will trust you.
I'm not trusting you.
At
That's a
which
person.
point, the angry air spirit that none of you have actually been looking out for hits you.
Oh goodness.
Whoops. La la
Whoops.
la, la la la.
We've been arguing about a rock and an air spirit
Yes.
just comes out of nowhere.
We're
1,
gonna get
2,
TPK'd by
3.
a fucking air spirit.
So the good news is, I'm going to assume for the sake of politeness that Alston was travelling in his armour to get used to it. Alston, I have good news for you. You're in combat.
Oh, wonderful.
Can you please do me spirit combat?
I will.
Yeah, huh?
I pass, 100%.
Okay, you pass with what?
23.
23. Okay. And it is going to attempt to attack you also. You know what? I'm going to move my dice to where I can see them properly.
My spirit combat is 80, so I'm pretty...
That's pretty good. So
yeah, I think...
roll me your spirit combat damage.
I don't know what the heck that means.
It's on your sheet under derived statistics.
Derived scores, spirit combat damage, 1d6 plus 3. Got it.
Yep,
Cool.
that.
1d6. Boom. 5 plus 3, so 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay,
8
so
damage.
you throw yourself at the spirit of the thing attacking you. It also does you a point of damage to the face, specifically to the eyes.
No.
You can't see a damn thing. You're flailing in the middle of a spirit,
Oh dear.
and you're on zebra back.
This is a spirit, right? So like my broadsword isn't gonna do much.
Your broadsword is unlikely to do much.
That is distinctly unfortunate.
Truly. Any other party member able to do anything with this spirit whatsoever?
My spirit combat's pretty good.
Can I
So-
tell it to fuck off?
You could definitely throw yourself into the cloud of dust in the hope that it will attack you too, Orlact. I would love to see that happen. Magic damage to spirits is possible, so if someone has something like Blade Sharp, you could cast Blade Sharp and attempt to attack the spirit.
I can do that.
Can I cast shield on?
You could cast
Alston?
Shield on Alston, although I am going to ask this question, Alston. If someone casts something on you, are you going to attempt to resist?
Yeah, because I'm in the middle of a spirit, so I'm blind also. So.
Yeah, so it could be anything. Cool.
Can
So-
I shout at him like I'm helping?
Yeah, you can definitely shout at him. So what you'll be doing is you'll be shouting what's going on. I'm taking this as your statement of intent. Shouting
Yes.
and casting on you, and then
Yes.
casting it. So that'll hold you up a little bit. Orlact?
I think I could cast Blade Sharp, but it only does the bonus damage as damage to
Mm-hmm.
things that are normally hit. So,
Correct.
you know what?
Great use
Why
that my
not?
2 swords are.
Why not?
Okay.
If I have Blade Sharp 2, does that mean it just costs 2 points?
It costs 2 points. You could cast it at the level of 1 as well if you wish to, but
Cast it
2
at
is available. So that'll be on your Dex Strike rank plus 1 for the extra point on Blade Sharp. Your first point is free. So I'm now going to count in strike ranks, because ordinarily rune magic goes off first, but Bromast you're delayed by 3 ranks, so you'll be you'll be casting on 4. So 1, Bromast shouts. Also, the thing which is way faster than it has any right to be, attacks Alston again.
Oh god.
Wonderful.
Alston, you are in spirit combat.
Yes. Do you want me to roll for spirit combat again?
Yes.
Give me that D100. Give me that. 2! I got a 2.
Okay.
I got a 2.
+3?
Wait, what am I rolling on?
Oh wait, did you roll a 2 in spirit combat? That's a critical.
I did.
So that is
Yes.
double your ordinary maximum damage.
Oh, cool. So I'll do double damage, and then so now I roll.
No, you don't even need to
No,
roll.
Oh, okay.
6 and 6. It's 1d6 plus 3.
So
18.
9 twice, so yeah. The bad news is you're taking another hit point from the dust storm part of it, even as that happens. How many hit points do you have in your head?
I'm gonna be real with you. No idea.
Okay.
1 second.
It's under derived statistics.
Hit points: head, leg, abdomen 6.
Oh wow, you are tough.
I don't know why. I have no right to be this tough.
That's fine, you have a high constitution, you probably have a high earth rune. Okay, so yes, you are blinded, your eyes are streaming, everyone else gets to see him just dig his fingers into the whirlwind and throw it apart, and the dust just settles down around him. It's ruined slightly by the fact that his tears are streaming down his face and he's going, ow! But
I am no longer going to cast shield.
I think that you don't have to, yeah.
Thank you.
No, good job.
I have
Nice
in
one.
so much pain.
Nice one, brother.
Oh. Can I take off spirit combat?
Absolutely.
Woo! Let's go. Wait, no, I can't. Is this not the page where I can pick things?
Yeah, you want the form
One
version.
view.
Printer view,
Not printer view, form view.
form view. Wait. Oh, okay.
What did I roll a
Crash
2 on recently? I rolled a 2 on something.
You
Scan.
critical, yeah. Skin. Nice.
Scan. You did
There
roll
we
the
go.
scan to see the Impala from about 200
Yes.
meters away.
Boom.
So I should probably take that.
Yeah. Now you're under stress, so most of the time a success in anything is sufficient. Alston, you still can't see.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, Bromast. I'm
Yes.
blind. I can't see shit.
Let's get him to the shaman.
Maybe the shaman can help.
Oh,
I'll...
wait, how's my zebra, by the way? My zebra was technically in that as well.
Your zebra is kind of stoic about this whole thing because it was underneath you and not on top. And the whirlwind went for one thing that it hated. But that's a very good question, and I shall now write it down. What happens to mounts when that attacks? Because that's a really good question. What happens to mounts when a dust devil attacks? Cool.
Cool. Well, lead me to the shaman, bro.
Yes, I will lead you to the tent.
Not gonna lie.
The tent.
Wait, hold on. But what happened to that woman? That injured woman? I'm gonna have another look for that injured woman.
Yeah, she's still there. She hasn't made much progress.
I'm gonna go over and call out to the injured woman.
Okay.
Bromast. She's Praxian. She's probably fine. I'm blind as crap. Please
Okay,
help
fine.
me.
We'll leave. No, she looks really injured.
How far from the tent are we?
You're about 200 meters from the tent, and there's now
I'm
a little
here.
figure standing outside it watching you.
Orlact, I will lead Orlston to the tent. Can you go check out that rock for me? That woman for me.
Sure.
Thanks.
Freudian
Thanks,
slip.
friend. Alright. I lead.
Okay, Orlact, what are
Orson.
you doing?
I know it's a rock, so I start riding in that direction a little bit.
well,
look over
it's
my shoulder
you'd have
with
to be going downwards. It's
Okay,
in
so
the
I-
dead place.
Hmm.
You'd have to find a
I
way to
sit there
climb
and I
down.
look at it a little closer.
It's a rock.
I wait
Just a
till
little rock.
Bromist and Orlston are about halfway over, and then I
And then you
Follow.
follow. You've checked it out. Honor is satisfied. This means that Bromast reaches Masserelt first. I am going to get you a little picture of her.
Let's go. Give me that picture. Oh man.
She looking kind of sandy.
She's kind of sandy.
Okay.
She's covered in dust to the point where you're pretty sure she's got scars and tattoos under the dust, but she's just about managing to keep her face mostly clear of it. The dust is obviously affecting her badly. Her hair is caked with it. She looks at you, says, "Well, who are who are you?"
We were sent by... I just don't remember his name. Aheda, to help you. I'm Bromast. This is my brother, Orlston.
Nice
He's a
to
little
meet you.
blind right now.
Yeah, that passes unless it doesn't. She doesn't quite look round. She seems to be listening to you. Her eyes are blank and dust coloured.
Wait, is she also blind?
Yeah, huh?
How long have you been out here?
You know, that useless shaman of yours. I hit him with a curse about 2 seasons ago, and since then I've been holding out here. Little
Oh, okay.
bastard!
What can we do for you?
There's a terrible thing within the dead place. There have never been spirits. She's coughing a lot, but she pulls herself together long enough to speak. There have never been spirits there, but there's a thing in the dead place with a spirit. So it must be a thing of chaos, and it's growing. It's terrible. I call it a life thief. There are scattered rocks that lead to... You can see.
Does it have something to do with the dust?
Dust is just the dead place.
Hmm.
If you look into the dead place, there is a darkish area, a smudge of colour that looks like it could be rocks.
Or a woman who's injured.
It would have to be a very, very big woman. It's probably an hour or two's walk away.
All right.
There is moss that grows in it, even in that place. It's like an infected wound in the spirit place, and there is no spirit there.
And what would you like us to do?
Find out what this thing is. It's growing slowly, but it's growing.
So
And
we've got to go into the dead place?
it makes a road for itself. Cut off the road or kill the thing.
What manner is this road presenting itself?
I see the spirits. My eyes are blind in this world now, thanks to the accursed dust, but I can see the spirits, and it's pushing towards this place. I will fight it if it reaches here. But
We'll do what we can to help.
I don't want it to reach here.
All right. Well, this has become quite a conundrum.
So, does anyone have Homeland Law Prax? I think you didn't, but Alston,
No.
you collect stories, so can you
I
please roll me Homeland Law SATA at 50%?
I will, in fact, do that. I failed.
Okay, cool. La la la.
Damn you, 60%.
I know, right?
It might be a little bit because I'm still in pain and also blind.
Yeah. So the blindness takes some time to pass. Probably about an hour before you start being able to see at all. Master Elt says it's not worth using water to wash it out, it just makes it burn more.
Alright, well, I shall wait, I guess.
Yeah. So, time passes. And what, if anything, are you doing while Alston waits to be able to see again?
I offer the shaman a game of cards.
I suppose Knucklebones is within...
Knucklebones, yeah.
Yeah, she considers and then says, fine, but he'll have to tell me what it is I've rolled. And points to Orlact.
Alright.
Bromast, can you please do me a game?
A game.
Yes, there is gaming, which I think is under knowledge.
Knowledge game. 20.
Mm-hmm.
Not great. I rolled an 84.
Okay, so you're not really winning or losing much, but you're pretty sure that she's getting small spirits to turn over the knuckles that fall badly for her.
Alright. Well, I'm glad she's having fun.
Yeah, Orlact. Technically, you might be helping someone to cheat.
I don't know how I feel about this.
What's your truth rune? Or truth?
Might be
Yeah.
truth or honour.
Truth or honor?
Truth is higher than
I'm blind as shit. There's no connection here for me.
doesn't matter what I roll. Yeah, no. Truth. I have to act on that, don't I? Like, shaman?
Hmm?
Those dice rolling on their own.
Of course not. Why?
I'm the one rolling.
The knuckles fall as I tell them to. Why? What, did you think that playing with a shaman would be different?
I forget my relationship to Vermes. Are we cousins?
I think we might be cousins, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Cousin, you choose. We're partners for this game.
If she's cheating, then you can cheat, right?
I'm not
That's how
cheating.
that
I'm
works.
bringing my power to the game. You can't cheat. Are you calling me a cheat just because I'm winning?
Wait, are you winning?
I
Well-
don't care. There's nothing I need in this world. Are you calling me a cheat just because I'm...
I'm not calling you a cheat.
Doing
I'm
as I
sorry.
like. Yes,
You're
quite.
playing very well, and you deserved this win.
You can bring as many spirits as you like to this game.
I sort of like stutter a little bit, and then sure, I'll bring all my spirit friends.
She reaches forward, unerringly pats you on the shoulder. There.
Okay. Well, that was fun. I don't know. What else do you do to pass the time?
I wait, and spirits come out of here, and they're angry and confused because they don't exist in there. So they come out here, they don't remember anything, and then they attack me, and then I either bind them and send them on their way, or bind them and destroy them if they've particularly angered me. I'm good with spirits. I'm better than that damn meddler, Heta. He's shit with spirits.
Leave us that air spirit on purpose, or did it just sneak past you?
Oh, they come up all over the place. I didn't send it. If it had come here, I'd have dealt with it.
So you said they don't exist in the...
There's no
Dead
spirit.
place.
If you have any spirits with you, you need to leave them here. I mean-
do I have any spirits with me?
No.
I don't think I have any spirits with me.
you're not going to be troubled by this, which is why Heta sent someone like you. Shamans who go in there are just naked people.
Gotcha.
Your spirit will be empty, except just maybe the Lifethief has a spirit world. I don't know how that will work, but it has a spirit world. It might be terrible.
Will I be able to use this? And I pull out put my hand on my
My
broadsword.
sword.
Look, I can see your spirit. I can't see dumb things.
Ah, my sword.
I don't know. Can you use it now?
Yes.
Then you'll be able to use
Are
it.
you sure?
There'll be things to hit.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Did you just question Broma's swordplay?
I didn't say that.
He doesn't seem to be sure.
But
So will there be things to hit?
I don't know.
I
just
don't
been
like there
telling
not
you.
being
Find
things to
out.
hit. Okay.
Yes, go find out.
Oh,
You're young
you're too
adventurers.
cautious.
Let's go find out. Orson, are you feeling better?
Sure. I mean, I
You
think
can
I'm
see
not
again?
blind anymore.
How many fingers am I holding up?
In what language?
What?
Which numbers do you want to work with?
Massarilt leans over, puts her fingers just over Alston's eyes and mutters a spell. Your eyes do clear up considerably, Alston. It's not
Now,
just the
if you can
dust,
do
the dust
that-
scars you.
If you can do that, why don't you do it to yourself?
Did I say I'd been here 2 seasons? I think I mentioned I'd been here 2 seasons. Did someone
yes, you
mention
did.
I'd been here 2 seasons?
You've been here 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I think you might have said you've been here
Yeah.
2 seasons.
I said I'd
Do you
been
think
here
your
2 seasons.
eyesight will ever be back?
There's bigger magic than I have with me here. So, maybe if you live and then I live.
I mean, it's probably an easier time to deal with the air spirits with no eyesight than to get blinded like I
To
did.
be honest, there's not much more they can do to me.
Fair.
And I tie them in knots anyway.
Are there other kinds of spirits that come out of here, or is it all air spirits?
Mostly it's air because the air moves. An earth spirit that goes in there just turns into earth.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Most things can't get out again.
Fire spirits?
If there's anything to burn, it would get out. Otherwise, a fire with no fuel is a sad thing. And then
It's
it's
true.
gone.
And clearly no water spirits to be found anywhere.
Right. They dry and die within a day.
Alright. Well, it's interesting to prepare for this weird little spirit battle thingy because
Do you think we need anything going in there?
Uh,
Anything you can give us? Any advice?
right. Drink your water when you need it. Don't try and save it for later. You'll only be in a bad way and you'll still need it. Don't bother calling on the gods or the spirit world.
that sounds like you're taking the chat away from us. Kind of cringe.
Yeah, you're allowed to talk to. You're allowed to listen to the voices of the gods. That's just amusing. Any spirits there will be physical. You wouldn't even recognize them as spirits. But here's the thing. If that's chaotic, the things of chaos do work in there. They don't depend on the power of a god. They're a twisted part of the world. So,
I have
whatever-
pretty strong hate chaos.
You could
That is a
absolutely
thing I'm just
use
really-
that as
Okay.
an inspiration. Inspirations are awesome. And even spells cast before you go in will just fade away. Well, if you can make them part of you, they won't, but none of you are of the power to make magic part of you.
Perhaps.
Are you sure about that?
I've played you at Knucklebones, lass. You are not of a power to make magic a part of you.
Well, good to know, I guess.
Yeah. Further reading is required for that subject, my friend.
Would that break the oaths of humans?
Hmm?
Would that break an oath made to humans? Making
What?
oath spell.
True.
If you go in there, it doesn't matter. The magic will be gone from you.
Will it return?
Yes, usually. Is there an oath on you?
Is there an open?
Character, probably.
Unless you've got one marked on your
Fixed.
character sheet. There might be a couple, like you might have sworn to do particular things, but unless you've got a particular one marked on,
Yeah.
I don't think so. And she looks at you and says, well, the good news is if you go in and it's broken and it doesn't come back, it won't kill you. And if it does come back,
That's good.
it won't be broken. The really good
That's
news is if a shaman's fetch dies in there, the shaman won't even die until they step foot onto the grass again. It's not good news, really.
Uh-huh. These are all unexplored. I'll have to make notes.
All right. Well, are we off then?
Of course. I think that it is new areas, new truths to explore.
Not a lot of truth in there. A lot of chaos. Let's go.
You can probably climb down on the south side. It's the easiest way, the quickest. Leave the animals here. Igrun
Sounds
will
good.
take them to water for you.
Thank you.
Igrun says, I
Um,
will? I will, thank you, shaman.
Oh, Igrin's here. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that. I don't
he
know.
brought you in here.
Right. Okay. Let's get over to the south side.
Yeah.
Cool. So, there is indeed a crevice on the south side of the spur where the rock itself is cracked. It'll be possible to slither and climb downwards and probably even to get back up again this way.
Okay.
And the surface below you is a crusted alkaline mess. If you can imagine Death Valley, yeah, that kind of, it's horrible dust. Reflected shimmery light plays hell with your eyes. And as you descend, the world seems to become hollow somehow. Like, it's almost all your life you've had the understanding that your spirit is responding to the magical world. This is an underknown and basic truth of the universe. And that stops. Sounds fall flat and everything smells of metal and sweat and then nothing at all. None of you, I believe, have spirits that are present or fetchers. Does anyone have any spirit that's held in a crystal? Anything that's been imprisoned? Cool.
Don't think so.
No.
Cool.
I feel like
Sounds
I would be
very-
the one to have any of that shit, and I
Didn't we have a friend? There was a weird friend that came in. I don't remember much about it. It was from like a couple sessions ago.
You did have a ghost that was along with you, but that was an onion ghost, and I think you dealt with it.
There was that, but no, there was a little guy. I think it was a physical being.
So I'm going to say that none of you have spirits. If you did, you left it behind this time.
Okay.
Okay. You are down on the surface. It is
Look at us go.
pretty horrible. Can everyone please do me? No, actually, I think it's probably time for another wandering encounter first.
Okay.
Can everyone do me a scan roll, please?
Love those.
I love them too.
Please. 73.
69.
Stop
Ouch.
smirking. Okay, Olact. you can see a rock that looks a bit different and weird over across that way. It's
Funny-looking rock.
darker somehow.
Almost like it's shadowed?
Like it's made of something darker.
Something strange about that rock over there.
I walk behind everybody else.
Shall we check it out, Bromast?
Sounds good. Yeah, let's go. Do I notice anything different? Like, after it being pointed out?
Yeah, it's a lot darker. There are most of the rocks
Okay.
around here are pretty light.
Gotcha. Okay. Does anything happen as we get closer?
One sec.
Wait, we can't use magic, can we?
No.
Nope.
No. Oh my god, I just got jebaited.
Okay, so what you actually see is this. It is a pile of dung with gold
Oh.
coins embedded in it. It's particularly dried.
Can I tell what kind of dung? Because that's a lot of dung.
That's quite a lot of dung. Do me a track roll.
Track. 4.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a problem. It's kind of like bison dung, but far, far bigger.
And
And
it's
it's
got
a-
gold coins in it.
Yeah, and it's a problem because mammoths don't exist in Prax. Like, that's how much bigger it is.
Oh,
Can I look around for, like, footprints?
Yeah, roll me track again. Actually, you know what?
I just-
It's a blank alkaline plane. You can see there are not other footprints here.
What the hell left this?
Well, I don't
I
know.
think we're in a weird place, and everything's weird, and I think we should just leave the gold coins in the dung.
It's almost like you distrust me.
What
I don't distrust you, I distrust gold coins in a heaping pile of dung. I've played enough tabletop RPGs.
Bromast, are you afraid of the little coins in the dung?
I'm not afraid of the little coins in the dung, I'm afraid of whatever put them there.
Oh. It's always good to hear that you have some fears.
I'm not irrational. And this is a fucked up weird place. Let's just keep going.
Hmm.
I won't stop you if you want to take them, but I really don't think it's a good idea.
Holy crap.
Coiny crap in this case.
Coiny crap.
No, I'd rather not. If I get attacked by another spirit, I fear for what will happen to me.
Well, there aren't spirits here, but I don't know.
Oh,
It still
that's
feels
what
weird.
we think. Do we really know much about this place, though?
No, we know very little.
Exactly. Though the truth has been found, everything is a mystery.
Maybe we'd find some truth by stealing some gold coins from this turd. I'm going back up. I should make up my mind. You know what? We're not touching it. Let's go.
I agree with that sentiment.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, we continue without disturbing the dung.
Yeah, huh? Okay. And up ahead of you, you can see here and there scattered rocks. It looks like they've slid over the ground, leaving flattened trails behind them. Again, no footprints nearby.
Okay. So is this more dung?
One sec. Hello?
Can I make this for tomorrow just
Sure.
in case my pen runs
Yep.
out?
No, this is just rocks.
Okay.
This is
Alright.
rocks that seem to have been sliding.
How though?
Are they
Is there
sliding
any-
right now?
No, do me an int times 5, everyone.
Yay! I love that. That's fun.
55. I probably fail.
62. I probably pass.
So yeah, Alston, there's nothing that can have pushed them here. What was that? All that?
An 8?
Cool.
Oh, that's
So there's nothing that can have pushed them here. And
Okay.
they are far too heavy to have been moved by pushing. Orlact, the trails are relatively old and must have been made while there was mud around, but they are still too heavy to have been simply pushed, and there are no tracks around.
Everything's so weird here. Can I... What happens if I get a little closer to the boulders?
They continue to be rocks.
They continue to be rocks.
Yeah. Mostly below waist height, but still, that's a pretty hefty chunk of rock to be casually going for a slide.
Okay.
I want to check the ground. Is there any loose bits?
It's all fucking alkaline dust. Like,
Gross.
you walk along it and you want to move as smoothly as possible to not send it up, because you get little puffs of white every now and again. And, you know, the brightness is giving you a headache because it reflects off, the sun reflects off it everywhere. It's just horrible. There's no bit of ground, there's just the dust.
Well, yet another mystery. Is there anything in my readings about fucking shuffling rocks?
No, this one's a new one on you.
Alright.
I'll have to write that down. Interesting. Rocks that move by themselves.
I'm looking at pictures of Death Valley. Because I want to get a sense for, like, for the vibe.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the last picture we're waiting on. But yeah, it's called Death Valley because it just doesn't really rain there. It's in a rain shadow, and it's a couple of hundred miles wide or something. Like, it's big.
Yep.
And it just doesn't rain. You have to take a mule train with water if you want to get through. Or nowadays a road, but still.
Alright. Well, I guess we just keep moving past the rocks.
Yeah, I guess
Doesn't seem like there's much to do.
Okay, can everyone make a scan roll, please?
So many scan rolls.
I know. I keep on giving you opportunities to
43,
get
that's
ticks
faster.
on scan.
54.
Yeah, well, is that a
Fail.
pass or a fail?
A pass. A fail. A fail. Definitely a fail.
Orlac, did you pass?
Fail.
Let's go. It's your boy, the only one that passes.
Okay, so Alston. That's a bit weird. There's a dust cloud over there getting closer. It's a bit like the
There's
one
a
that
dust cloud.
you're kicking up.
I would rather not be
Oh,
attacked by an
so like people, probably. What were the things that we got warned about?
Brew.
brew.
Fuck. I bet you that's what this is.
Let me just casually put another picture into the chat now.
Oh,
For
that's
everyone
Of
who
what?
can't see it, I'm just showing them a full colour picture of some brew.
What?
Oh
the
goodness. I think we should hide, perhaps.
hell? Well, I
Does it look
second
like
that.
gas?
Yeah, is there anything to hide behind nearby?
Ooh, an interesting question. Do me
Go back to the
a
big rocks.
battle roll.
A battle roll.
Yes.
That's my thing. It's no longer my thing.
Where is battle?
Under knowledge.
Knowledge.
It's at the
Battle.
top of knowledge.
I am pretty good at that.
I'm also pretty good at
No.
that.
I passed 60 on my 63.
Fail.
I got a 90, so no.
Okay, so Bromast, if you can get to that chunk of rocks over there, you'll have a little space. They won't be able to come in very many at a time.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah. Do me.
You've got a plan, bro? Us?
Can everyone please do me a Dex times 5 now?
Oh god.
Whoa! 20. I passed. Let's go.
I passed too.
And I
23,
will
unless my dex is
also
abysmal.
Roll a Dex times 5.
Where's my
Because
dex?
I am rolling for the
Yeah, I
things
passed.
chasing you.
Oh, really?
You fail? No way.
Missed by 1.
That's
Oh,
fine.
no.
That's so unfortunate.
So Orlact is falling a bit behind as you get towards this rock formation, meaning that 2 of these things are coming up at speed on Orlact.
Oh god. You got this, Orlac. Get in here.
One of them is, well, it's kind of got a horse head except for these huge ram horns. The other looks particularly goat-headed.
These things are kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So, Bromast and Alston, are you going to let Orlact take the risk of being overtaken by these brew, or are you going to stay and fight them outside where more might gang up on you?
How close is he to, getting into this crack?
It's hard to tell whether they'll make it first or he will. It's all that extra padding he's wearing.
Is there time to ask Orlact if he'd like us to stay out with him?
You can basically yell at him, "What do you want us to do?"
Yeah, I'll do that.
Is it just the 2 that are closing on me?
Well, there are 2 more behind them.
How many are there?
There are 4 that
I'm
you
not
can
looking
see
back.
in total.
Oh god.
4?
That's more than us.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely more than our capable fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Things to hit!
Yep. Things to hit.
Bromast, you should go help Orlact.
Okay, I'll go help Orlact.
I'm gonna go run a little bit.
Yeah, you go hide.
Okay, so I am now going to take your statements of intent. There is the one with the big horns, and then there's the one with the goat hooves and the goat horns.
Which one is closer?
About the same. There are 2 more off in the distance, possibly
Okay.
going to arrive.
I'm gonna attack the one with the goat head.
Okay. And Orlact.
I'm gonna go with the other guy.
Okay. Let me just have a quick look at some stats.
Broadsword and shield out, obviously. Oh no, I don't like that at all.
One sec. Hello?
Oh
This
no.
is always a
I'm
good sign.
running the
Oh
Really?
no.
I just.
I'd like to really quickly remind you guys that I actually don't have any weapons.
Oh god.
Take out your uniform before you get up.
I might have. I could give you my
Don't
lance.
Don't
I
you?
probably
It
wouldn't be
doesn't
carrying
matter.
it. That's.
That's likely.
You just walk out
right.
of your
I have a
life.
dagger. I'll throw you before you go and hide. I might throw you.
Yeah, we can see if you can do that.
Before Orlston goes to hide, can I throw him my dagger so that he has something to defend himself with?
Yeah, you can drop it on the floor so that
You're
he can
muted, by
grab
the
it.
way.
Thank you. You can drop it on the floor so he can grab it, and then you can run.
Okay, I'll do
That's
that.
fine. We'll
Yeah.
do that then.
Hey, 5-4, I am just running some things. They are in terrible, terrible trouble. The specialist warriors cannot use their specialist war magic, and the Gru are closing in.
Yep, sounds about right.
Okay, so we will go straight to the strike ranks. just forget the fact that I really chuckled lots and lots here, okay?
Yeah,
I'm
that
not-
definitely didn't happen.
I'm
Not at all.
I'm not chuckling. I wasn't laughing. Strike rank 1.
Okay.
It breathes fire.
Fuck.
Yes. Who was going for the one with the goat horns?
That was me.
Okay, so Orlact, the one with the
Yeah.
big ram's horns, breathes fire at you. Would you like to dodge or possibly parry with a shield?
Let's try and parry with a shield.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
parry with the shield is probably your best bet, by the way.
Okay, please roll me your parry.
That's just my shield, right?
Yeah,
Good luck.
72 over 80.
okay,
Yo.
that's good. How many hit points has your shield got?
Hmm.
Where might I find that?
What kind of shield is it?
Medium shield.
Medium shield.
Yeah.
So that is 12 hit points. I regret to tell you, in fact, it has 0 hit points.
Oh, fuck.
Bromas, is that a piano in your background?
That is.
Bro,
Sorry,
that's-
I'll turn that off. Or not turn that off.
Close the door. Okay, and Orlact, you take a total of 5 points of damage. To your left arm, and your left leg, and your abdomen. Mostly, that goes
Hopefully
to
that's a little better.
Mostly, that goes to just burning through your armour. Remove 2 points of armour from those locations. You may wish to use a piece of paper there.
That's all of the
2
locations
points
you could for one, right?
2 points
Left
for
arm, abdomen, left leg. Take 2 points from each.
That sounds not good.
That's the
That did
armour.
12
That's the
damage.
armour protection. You haven't particularly been harmed, although your armour is a little bit on fire.
Okay, but that did 12 damage.
My.
Thereabouts.
Sorry, what happened to my shield as well? Shield is gone.
You probably want to get rid of the hot bit of metal attached to your arm.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Great. Am I...
Actual damage I took.
That was strike rank 2, incidentally.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Do I get to hit the thing yet?
I don't know. What's your strike rank?
Oh,
It's probably
where does it-
on the weapons table.
4.
Melee plus weapons.
So, yeah, hang on a minute. Where is it? Melee.
Melee's a derived score.
These things suck.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do. So, the strike rank for your weapon is probably 2, plus the melee and whatever. So, yeah, that number plus 2.
Yep.
Fire
4.
is the best.
Yeah, I want to confirm damage though to make sure I
Or
do it.
lacked.
Was it
You physically have taken no damage, but you have lost your shield and 2 points to left arm, abdomen, and left leg. Hardly on fire at all. That was strike rank 2. Strike rank 3. 4.
4. I get to go.
4. Go for it.
I am broadswording.
Good.
That is a 32 under my 100.
Okay. Actually, I should probably roll a proper D100. And it has failed to dodge, meaning you've hit it.
Sick.
Awesome.
Where do I damage?
Should be...
Broadsword.
1d8
1d8
plus 1, plus any damage
Don't-
bonus you have.
Where would I see that?
Under derived scores again. Everything interesting is there.
Damage bonus. 1d4.
Derived scores. Damage bonus 1d4. There it
so
is.
1d8 plus 1, plus 1d4.
Okay. I rolled a 1 on my 1d8
Mm-hmm.
and a 4 on my 1d4. So 4 and 5 and 1 is
6 points.
6.
And
6
let
points
me
of damage.
know what you've damaged.
I'm going for its head.
No, if you wanted to go for a particular location, you needed to hold
Oh.
back until the end of the round.
Gotcha.
Roll
Okay,
me a
so
D100.
oh, a D100. Okay.
Yeah.
Get it set anyway.
16.
So my apologies. A D20. I don't know what I was talking about. D20.
Oh,
for
D20.
location.
D20.
I'm sorry.
11.
Okay, so you've actually hit it in the abdomen.
Sick.
Roll me your damage as well. Yeah. Oh,
I rolled
That
6 on
was, that was
damage.
the 6,
you
right?
did, and it's already been a long session.
It has.
And let me check. How are you? Goat-headed brew with clawed hooves for hands. Yeah, so you slice through into its abdomen. You haven't managed to hurt it significantly. It snarls at you. It's going to be coming back at you. That was strike rank 4. Strike rank 5.
Are you
Go
strike
for
rate
it all
5?
act.
Yes.
Get him!
Gonna make a chop with the
Yep.
I
dude.
really appreciate the person in chat that just said 43%. That's almost 50-50, which is almost guaranteed.
5-4 is funny.
I love
Can I take a swing at it with my broadsword?
Go for it. Roll me broadsword.
That die landed on. Roll the die on a flat surface. There we go.
And what is your dodge?
That's a 1.
Which means that
Yo.
its successful dodge means absolutely nothing. You do fully maximised damage plus your weapon bonus. So that's the only bit you roll is your weapon bonus. The rest you get twice. 2d8 plus
The
2.
Okay.
So
And the roll
18,
6 on the weapon bonus.
18 plus any damage bonus. And a
24?
and the location, please. I've seen more than that from a big, hefty bison rider.
16. It was left
Okay,
arm.
so that's its left arm goes spinning off. It's a moment of awed silence, and then it lands thud.
I'll take it.
Yeah. And that was 5.
That was 5.
6.
Means the guy attacking me is probably gonna go soon,
Yeah,
right?
well,
Yeah.
they're on 2 different pages, so I'm scrolling back and forth. 7, 8, 9. The guy attacking you, Bromast, is going to go for it now. Do you wish to attempt to parry, either with a sword or a shield, or dodge?
I'd like to know what it's doing,
Well, it's attacking
if that's
you.
possible. It's attacking me. With its claws? With its... I don't know. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm asking for a basic statement. How are you going about the defense? Don't overthink it.
He has
Either
10
dodge or
attacks.
shield.
Play with your sword.
Or parry. Yeah,
Or parry. Parry's probably the best option, because I've got 100, right?
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
definitely use your sword to parry. As long as it
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
gonna-
damage your sword, you're fine.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, roll me that.
I think the damage you scored was
42?
Casually pick up the matrix here. So it actually failed to hit you, meaning that a normal a normal parry does do some damage. So can you please
Oh,
roll
sick.
me your normal weapon damage?
My no 1d4 added, just 1d8 plus 1?
Include your 1d4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
7 damage.
Okay, so you kind of clang off its arm, so it comes around in a great big sweep. You hit its hoof. You haven't done any damage, but your sword hasn't been damaged either. And it
Sick.
doesn't look particularly happy to have had that happen.
I wouldn't be happy either. Actually, I'm not happy.
Uh-huh.
These things are so scary.
These things are scary. There are a couple more coming up behind, can I just add?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, wonderful. Yeah.
Strike rank 9, I think we got to. 10, 11, 12. So, that's good. Everyone's still alive at the end of the first round.
That is wonderful news. This thing's probably gonna breathe fire again, isn't it?
Statements of intent, please. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna try and hit this thing again.
Okay.
Sword.
Are we
Orlact.
not gonna try and back up in a cover?
No, I'm.
I mean,
Let's go for it.
You
These
could
things
run.
piss
You
me
could
off.
run, Orlact. You might be able to get away.
I ain't leaving Bromas.
Okay. Alston, you've got a good view of this fight. There are two more coming up.
Okay, hold on. Do I know how fast brew tend to be?
They're kind of humanoids. They'll probably
Okay.
be with you shortly.
Okay. And how good are my odds of outrunning these guys?
You've just
Wherever
hurt
they're
one.
not.
You don't. Can you please roll me a scan, Bromast?
I pass.
Okay. So you've seen that Orlact is a bit on fire and has just taken an arm off his one.
Yes.
He's probably not completely bogged down.
Okay.
Your one's wounded, that one's wounded. That'll give you some kind of advantage if you do both run. But if
Can
he
we
doesn't,
get to the?
if he doesn't run, you'll be leaving him with two people to fight.
Can I ask if he's running? Is there time to talk?
Not and get an answer.
Okay.
Can I just?
I trust that he'll run with me. I'm gonna say I'm running.
I
Let's
just
go
like
to
Just
that
yell,
crack.
Run!
Run! Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Not. Yeah.
Orlact, statement of intent.
Run.
Okay. They do not follow you.
Sick.
Alston, you get to see what happens next. The two-armed, or the two right-armed brew hits the one that Bromast wounded, essentially betraying its comrade. I wonder where it hits it. Pins it through the leg, lifts it up and jabs down, and then that and the one with a kind of raspy radula for a tongue, and you think, oh god, if you look at it too much you're just going to be sick. That's horrific. Just don't look at that. They drag the body away. The one that's lost his arm staggers off in a different direction. Orlact, can you please take me 2 hit points of damage from the fact that all of your stuff has been on fire and you had to run instead of dealing with it?
Running faster. That's how it works,
Yep.
right?
Yep. However, that's the limit to the damage. The fire is out. You survived it.
Okay.
Alright. It's the one-armed one still, staggering away or, running?
Well, it's walking away. It's keeping an eye more on the other brew than it is on you.
I pull out my bow to try and put an arrow in it.
Okay. Please roll me. Pull out your bow.
Where's it? Bow is where? 68. That's 16.
Ooh.
Out of?
68.
Okay, so roll me location and damage.
Let's go.
Location is a 7, so
Yeah,
it's its left leg.
That's its left
nice.
leg.
Damage is 8.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to collapse its leg, and it's probably not going to be moving off from there. With the arm gone and its leg badly damaged, it's probably going to die.
Have the brew left at this point?
Do me a scan roll, please, Alston.
Let's go. Okay. Boom. 21.
You've got to tell
That's
me if
bad.
it's a pass, not the number. Thank
It's a
you.
pass. I apologize.
Yeah, you cannot see any more brew at this time. If you think that that's a very games masterish way of saying it, yes, it is.
I want to go study the body.
Are you going out to the body?
I am. That's interesting. I
Okay.
want to scan around though as well, so that I don't get jumped on by the
Okay.
eerily creepy
So,
creatures.
Alston, you've been walking for maybe an hour or two now. You're pretty thirsty. How long do you want to dedicate to looking over the body of this beast?
Not long. I just want to study it a little bit.
Okay, so you're probably not going to want to touch it because it is chaotic.
Yes.
However, you can get close enough to look. Its mouth and nose are matted with this kind of oily gunge. Its blood seems to be just blood. It's a horrid, twisted semblance of a thing. It's just damned unnatural.
Lovely.
Yeah, huh?
I retrieve the arrow, I guess, and then I'll leave.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can you do me an int times 5, please, Alston?
Let's go! I pass, 100%.
Yeah, the arrow's been in a chaotic thing. How much do you really want it back?
I mean, does that mean it's like poisonous or whatever?
It might well be.
Oh.
It could, in fact, the big problem isn't necessarily poison, it's that there might be some disease there.
Will I get diseased by holding it? That is the question.
What an interesting question.
Yes. Can I grab the arrow without diseasing myself?
You can certainly pull it by the bit that hasn't been in the brew.
Yeah, okay, I shall try that.
Yeah, it comes out with a bit of a rip. Ooh.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I shall bring it over to Orlac and say, aha, look, interesting arrow.
Well, I appreciate the gesture. Can always get new arrows.
Oh, but none like this. Interesting, isn't it?
Right.
Orlac,
like,
can you please
fingers.
roll me a first aid?
Okay. No, apparently I can't.
So it might be heat stroke, or it might just be Alston being Alston. You can't tell.
Okay.
So much excitement, so many new things to find. Lankar Mai smiles upon me today. That is true.
I'm gonna say you should probably leave that arrow.
It's Orlac's to do with what he wishes, and he dropped it already.
Alright, well, let's just keep going.
Okay. You keep going. You are not attacked by Brew again.
That's
You're
sick.
about to say that was good news, and I was about to say that's not necessarily good news. I hate to disappoint you, but there's a thing worse than the Brew, and you are approaching it. I mean, Macerate has told you this. The rocks that have been moving continue to stay still, but there are more of them now.
Huh.
And you get to a point where it's got moss or lichen of some sort growing on most of the rocks, and you can feel your spirits returning to you.
Oh.
In this place, there is a spirit world.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
Can everyone please make me a POW times 5?
Yes.
I can try.
Oh, that's a 3. I pass. I think
Oh,
I
God.
have special.
Where's POW? Power?
It's on
Characteristics. So, 50-50.
I think I special.
I failed
How
so
you
hard.
said How times 5?
It's either a special or a critical, Alston.
I don't know what that means.
You've done
5%.
probably better than a special. What is your POW?
19. So
Okay, yes. So not only Bromas, did you pass?
I failed.
Okay. So Alston, not only is this a spirit world, you can feel chaos around you. Like, this is not necessarily a good place. The spirit world itself has to be infected for this to be like this.
Seems, brothers, that we've come across a infestation of some sort.
I don't like it.
Neither do I, but alas, that's our job.
What
I'm
does
gonna
this mean
investigate.
for us?
Yeah, what does this mean for us?
I'm gonna say, well, you got a good result there. You probably don't want to be using magic here. It's possible, but you refill your spirit from the living world, and the living world here is corrupted. It's a risk.
Don't want to be using spirit magic here? Or magic at all?
Interesting question. It really depends on how much you know about the spirit.
I think the spirit's pretty corrupted, so...
Spirit magic would definitely, absolutely be a risk. Rune magic, it's hard to tell.
How close are we to this thing?
Define thing. Like, what do you think you're getting close to?
So there's a rock with moss on it, right?
Yeah, there are lots of rocks with lots of moss or lichen on them now.
Is there like a center to this?
Up ahead it gets thicker, and you can see there's a mound in the middle.
Can we go towards that mound in the middle?
You absolutely can.
That's scary, but I think we should.
Okay.
Yes. Go for it.
I'm gonna, before I start walking, I'm gonna ask my companions, like, are we going towards that?
Well, I think that's our job, is it not?
Yeah, but yeah, okay, let's go.
But first, let me look at this beautiful moss. Something growing in the dead zone.
There is, Alston. It's amazing.
But first...
How closely do you want to look?
I would like to look pretty close. I have this dagger that Bromast lovingly gave to me, so that I can go and...
I'm gonna ask for my dagger back.
Okay, so you do have a smaller knife, Alston, of course.
Ah, yes.
So you poke the moss. Well, it's probably more lichen,
Yes, I
and
would like
it
to poke them.
bleeds. There's a kind of warm smell of acid or blood, and acidic blood maybe, or bloody acid, and it's warm and red. It looks like fresh blood.
And is that in any
Lovely.
way connected to the corrupted blood of the whatever the frick?
How would you know?
Brew. Good question. It's
A lot of things have blood. They bled red, this is bleeding red. It's hard to say which is which.
fair.
You would bleed red.
True. Most people do.
That's fair. Come,
don't bleed red, there might be a
look,
problem.
it's bleeding. The moss is bleeding. How interesting.
I might not touch that anymore.
Let's try and get out of here quickly.
I'm with you.
Today I learned a lot of things have blood and humans bleed red. Yes, for anyone who's following along at home, humans bleed red, and the correct number of toes to have is 10. And I have been told about that many times, and my toe collection doesn't count. Thank you for bringing that up, Derverator. Everyone else, that's a useful life tip. I'm sure it will come in handy.
Yes.
Let's go. Wait, so Brewmaster, we're not going towards the center anymore.
Are we not going towards the center?
Well, you seemed like you were cowering away in fear. Why don't
I
we?
just don't think we should touch the bleeding moss. We're going towards the center.
Unfortunate. So much knowledge to be gained from this.
You know, sometimes knowledge isn't worth it.
Oh. Foolish is what you say.
If you gain the knowledge but die in the process, who are you going to share that knowledge with?
That's fair. I don't plan on dying. I also don't plan on
Good.
touching the moss anymore.
Also good. I'm glad to hear it. Let's go.
Of course. Let's go to the center.
Okay,
Um,
so you can get pretty close. You don't need a scan roll for this. This is some kind of grave mound. It's even the dust here is red, with this grey-green lichen creeping over everything. There's a mass of broken weaponry, old armour, bones, all covered with this very slightly softening moss that sits over the lot of them, and it just goes up into the middle like a little mountain made of about several hundred dead people.
oh. Can I get any, can I identify what kind of, what ethnicity, what culture
Yes,
these people are?
you think you probably can. Do me a scan roll to do it without getting too close.
Nope. 97?
Is that a fumble? Well, no, your scan's pretty high, isn't it?
My scan is pretty high.
So yes, just a fail.
My scan is 46.
Ooh, so close, but 98 might be a fumble at that point.
98 is a
Yeah.
Well, I'm very glad I didn't roll a 98.
Fair.
Sniff. Anyone else attempting to look?
Of course,
I will.
I want to look.
Yeah,
So
sure.
much knowledge to be gained.
Do me scan rolls.
I pass.
Yeah, huh?
Ooh,
Um,
what's that? Special.
okay, so
Oh, wow.
Alston, you're pretty sure that these are lunars. Orlact,
We don't like lunars, do we?
Orlact, these are lunars, and from what you can tell, all of the armour has been ritually damaged. And in some cases, maybe repaired, but all of it has been ritually destroyed. This was done on purpose.
Creepy as it is, it's always nice to see dead lunars.
They taint the knowledge found here. Their corpses.
Oh, it's so scholarly, brother.
No room for scholarly anything when the lunars are involved.
Do we know anything about who might have done this?
Only, well, everything's dried and desiccated, but it's taken long enough that this moss has grown. That's all you can really tell.
Wait, the moss has grown over the bodies?
Yep.
Ooh, interesting.
I mean, it's the dead place. Everything is dry. So it's probably likely.
I think this is enough information for our shaman friend. If it's not, we can come back if we really have to. But pile of dead lunars covered in moss is definitely stuff she didn't know.
Well, Bromas, we've got the what, but where's the why?
Maybe she knows. Are we gonna figure out why? I don't really want to poke this pile of dead lunars.
I really want to poke the pile of dead lunars.
Maybe we should try eating some of the moss. I hear a voice in my head.
No.
Bromas, what happened to not touching the moss?
I hear a voice. It's telling me that something might happen if I eat the moss.
I feel that using the GM as the voice of God here is very appropriate, but also really risky.
I want to know what happens, but I don't want to
I think
Getting
maybe we
carried
should
there.
just ask what happens after the session.
Yeah. Um, but I don't know. This kind of looks like a good place for a bonfire.
You want to burn the bodies?
Of course, they're lunars.
What might happen? Diana,
Something
what's
interesting
the
could happen.
what's the when you burn a pile of magic dead bodies, what generally tends to happen?
That
What
is
does the
a
scholar have to say?
fascinating question, and I'm glad you've asked it. Alston,
Yes.
can you please roll me Homeland Law? Let's see if you know any stories about it.
Cool. Where's Homeland Lore? Esrolia, Lunar Empire.
Whichever's
Star.
highest. I don't really care. It's
okay.
just, do you know this kind of story?
Cool. I pass.
Okay, so it's going to depend on what the burning is and why. You are probably committing a ritual act. You may be burying them and setting them to rest. You may be calling on them with a grand sacrifice. You may be insulting them. You may be placating them. There are lots of
I don't
different
like-
stories about this sort of thing.
I honestly don't like any of those options.
Well, it depends
Well,
on do we
fussy.
want to do we want to fuck the Lunars even more than them being dead?
Look, right, okay. We don't know if it's the Lunars that are causing this, or if the Lunars were some kind of sacrifice that caused this. I don't like the Lunars. Wait, hold on. I want to look at my stats.
I
Hate.
don't like the Lunars.
I don't actually have hate Lunars as
You
a passion.
don't?
I
Yeah,
don't.
like, it's not
You
a
must not
burning
hate Lunar,
passion
though.
to you. You may not like
Yeah.
them, they're the
I don't like
invader,
them.
but you know, you could just at war with them. That's
If-
different.
If we have to placate Lunars to absolve this chaos from the world, so be it.
Wonderful. So we're all in agreement. Let's burn the Lunars.
But I don't know that burning the Lunars is the best course of action. What would our lovely shaman friend say if we came in here, set fire to a pile of dead bodies and moss, and it made everything worse, and then we left? Like, I think we should see what she has to say.
That's fair. We were also chosen for a purpose, I'm assuming. And if our purpose is to burn lunar bodies, then who's to say
I
no
think
to
our
that?
purpose was to get here without dying to those freaky fuckers.
The
That's fair.
shaman would be adverse to us burning lunars.
I have no idea what she'd say. I think we should ask her.
Lunars tried to conquer Prax.
Good for them. Let's find out what she has to say.
Oh, bro, must. You're such a stick in the shit.
I
How are our
think
water supplies at this point.
that's a good question.
That is a good question. That is a really, really good question.
Say again, all act.
Water
How are
supplies.
our water supplies?
You've gone through a bit more than half of it. So you've got room enough to get back. You might be a bit thirsty. I mean, you're a bit thirsty already, but
Yeah.
you should be okay to get back. You won't be
And-
okay to stay here for several hours and then get back.
Will she have more water for us?
She has water up there. Ilgrim
Okay.
brought her some.
Do we have like
Okay.
an empty satchel?
By now you have
Yeah,
a
I
few
think
empty
really-
skins.
I really think we should go back.
I
can
wanna,
come back
I
and
wanna,
burn.
I wanna fill the satchel with the moss blood. Olact. I think I should fill one with the moss blood. It might be interesting. She might have something to say
See
about
if
it.
you could pry up some without making a mess.
Oh, without making a mess. Genius. Alright, I'm gonna try and get some in the satchel.
Okay, it's pretty thick here. Are you getting it from the rocks in general? How close are you getting to the mound?
Not to the
Not
mound.
very
I don't
close.
Wanna, I don't want to get close to the lunar bodies.
Okay, so you're going away. You pull up some moss. Can you please do me a scan roll, Alston?
Of course I can.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I failed.
The amount I like this is going
Okay.
down and down.
So you put the stuff into your satchel. It's cool. Bromaster and Orlact, can you please make me a scan roll?
I can do that.
Yes.
Yay.
Let's not. I fail.
Okay, Orlact, you think Alston's hands are still bleeding even though the moss is now all in the satchel?
Orlston, your hands.
Alston, can you take 1 point of damage to your general hit points, please? Which we'll use to represent the fact that your hands basically have no skin on them right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
So,
Well,
humacked, but yeah. Ah!
oh, anything in the pursuit of knowledge, I guess. Oh, my hands.
I thought maybe touching the moss was a bad idea.
Shut up, Bromast, please.
Sorry, brother.
Let us go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Do we have any bandages for my hands?
Can someone please roll me first aid?
Yes, I can do that. I think I have the best first aid in the group. No, 95 on my 40.
Okay. So, yeah, there's nothing you can do here. You can kind of bandage them to stop it getting worse, but you can't make it any better.
Okay.
And you will be pleased to know you get back to the pile of dung with coins in safely.
Sick.
Yeah, you get back to the bottom of the crevice safely. How are you going to help Alston climb up?
Ah, fuck.
Excellent question. No clue.
With a rope? We have rope.
Do we have rope?
You didn't need it for the climb down.
So that's a no, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you don't want to be carrying extra stuff, really. You may have had it on your pack animals, which have been usefully taken away.
Yes.
Bromast, you're strong enough. You can carry me, right?
I can try.
I've got
Can
'em.
everyone please do me a climb roll to help, including Alston, to help Alston climb?
Where
Can I
is...
inspire with love family?
Wait, do I have to roll as well?
I think so, yes. Yes, Alston, you do. Yes, Orlac, you may.
No.
Where is climb?
Successful
under
inspire. How does that work
agility.
again?
You roll on your love family, and if you pass, you get a plus 20 to whichever skill you're hoping to help.
Sweet.
Alright, I would like to roll on Love Family to not fucking die as well.
Alston, for you, you're not helping your family. But
Can
if there's-
someone tell me where climb is?
Skills agility.
Oh.
Skills. Agility. There it is. 40. Okay. I'm pretty good at climbing.
Yo, actually, wait a second. I thought I fucked up, but apparently my climb is just obscenely high.
Cool.
That I inspired.
I got 70.
I passed with the
I
inspiration.
failed.
Okay, so Bromast, you're not helping. Orlact, you can do the bits where Alston just needs pushing in towards the rock because he can't grip on. Alston, you can do the bits where you're being pushed and you can balance and move upwards. You get out of there. And at some point, the ability to use magic comes back.
Let's go! Can I use magic on my hands to heal?
Yes, yes, you can.
Let's go!
Yeah.
That's rune magic again, so that's another rune point.
Yeah, and 1 point of magic as well. But that's
Okay.
fine. That will come back.
And then does my HP go up as well?
Yes, your hit points will go back up to full. You get up to the top.
You'd want to use a rune point for that.
He's in quite a lot of pain, Orlact.
I'm gonna use
Fair.
my fucking rune points.
Fair.
My hands hurt, and I've taken a crap ton of damage, surprisingly.
Okay.
And you're up at the top. It's still dusty. And up at the top there are 2 small shamans arguing. A Heta has
Oh.
arrived.
Oh,
There,
goodness.
there is gesticulating, there is pointing. They're oh god, they're going at it. It's like this is a shaman argument.
Hello!
We found a pile of lunars. We had an argument.
Covered in moss. The moss bled.
I've
I
got
wanted
some
to
moss.
burn them. Bromaz said I couldn't.
They look
Magic
at
came
you.
back.
And then they look at what at what Alston is carrying. And they act as one, they just point at it, and the bag bursts into flames.
No,
All right.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Alston, you're currently holding a satchel that is on fire.
I
You
thought
might
the
wanna
satchel
drop it.
away.
The satchel is screaming, by the way. Does anyone speak New Pelorian?
No.
Okay. In that case, you'll have absolutely no idea what it means.
My satchel.
And then they both look at you, and Aheta says, well, am I going to have to ask obvious questions, or shall I just go straight to what the hell was that? And that's what,
Fireworks?
is that your question? Is that your question?
So fire works, right?
Fire seems to have worked. It went up, whoom, with a lot of
So
screaming.
I could have lit them on fire.
Oh, I liked quiet.
There was There was a large there was an area where the rocks were covered in moss, and in the center there was a large body of hundreds of dead lunars. Their armor has been ritually destroyed.
I know that one, says Aheta. I bet you don't know that one. And Masserel looks at him and says, I'm an expert in spirits! I'm not an expert in the real world. Real shamans do spirits! Yeah. I know who sacrificed those lunars.
Who
Great
sacrificed
heroine.
those lunars?
Palliarai, she made the dead place bloom. Sacrificed 1,000 people, gave it life. Obviously messed it up badly. She's not a shaman. I mean, she's dead now anyway. Good, really, because
So
otherwise
should
I'd
we-
have to kill her for that.
So what should we do?
He looks at you, and before he can speak, Masserel says, go get yourself cleaned up and get away from the dust. And then go tell the Stormballs that they're going to be burning something.
Oh. My satchel.
You're done.
All right.
And Heta goes, yeah, I told you they could do that. I told you they could do it and you couldn't.
My satchel.
And she just looks at him. There is quite a lot of eyeballing. And then they look at the
I said-
satchel.
What would be because I don't totally know all the cultural everything of this world. What would be the implications of saying you guys are cute?
You know what they did to the satchel?
Yeah.
My satchel.
They have a considerably higher power than you and are both aware of the ignite magic.
I'm aware of the fact that my satchel is just broken, and I'm very upset. All this knowledge gone. All act.
Sorry about that.
We gotta go get more moss. My
Okay.
study was incomplete.
So,
Um,
yeah, they might set fire to you, they might not.
We're not going to get more. It started screaming.
That was so interesting, wasn't it, though?
Not quite as interesting as a pile of dead, burning lunars.
Oh, violence always takes precedence over the pursuit of knowledge with you two.
Can we
So-
see the mossy area from
It's
outside?
just a dark smudge from where you are.
Mm.
Like,
So
you-
no like shooting a flaming arrow at it or anything.
What?
It's several kilometres away.
Okay. You need a really good archer.
Yeah. You need to use magic.
Mm.
Look at my smug expression.
Believe that.
However, I think that is actually enough of the playtesting for me to know what's going on, and oh my god, the brew are overpowered. I knew they were. I only gave you one tough one.
I'm so
The one
glad
that breathes fire?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
each have a couple of difficulty ratings. So, everyone who's been watching, this has been a play test rather than me just running a thing. I've got some really good, interesting stuff from it, but if there's anything that you didn't understand, feel free to ask. So,
Yeah.
What will happen here, I will go through the rewards and fallout, certainly. A Heta makes sure you're each given a full-grown bison. Because
Nice.
you made him look good in front of Masserelt.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Going into the dead place and coming out alive is worth 1d3 reputation.
Ooh.
I
The
don't have a
storm
D3.
bulls that go in to try to
D3
deal
doesn't
with the
exist,
life
really.
thief, it's a d6, but halved.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The storm bulls that go in to try to deal with the life thief don't come out again. They took fire with them. Something
one.
went wrong. Nevertheless, it is now known what the problem is, and you are not asked to personally deal with it. Although, should you wish to volunteer, given that the storm bulls haven't come back out alive, you're totally allowed to.
We can go back?
If you want to.
Hola.
Dang.
We can go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to burn things, right? And I
Yeah.
want to do us.
I will go with you if I must, but I am happy to stay out of there.
Ah, wonderful for you to volunteer to come with us, Bromas.
Okay.
However, I think if we're going to do this, I'm going to want to do that at some other time, because I've now been talking for about 3 hours.
Yep.
I'm quite happy to rearrange. 2 weeks from now, we could continue, so I can get the
Perfect.
balance right. There may be more brew.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
Awesome. So we can do that, but I've had enough of a playtest here. I'm now going to sit down, and any questions that you have that aren't about spoilery stuff particularly, feel free to ask me.
Have you been standing that whole time?
I have been standing that whole time.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
That's true.
brutal. I need a standing desk sometimes. It's not the level of talking, it's the lack of tea. Yes. I have only had about 2 cups of tea during this game, 5-4. I think you have successfully resisted the wish to take the dung away, which is the only thing that I might want to explain at this point. It was a spirit of disorder that ended up in there.
Gotcha.
So it's a crock of shit, literally, but it's got some really valuable stuff in there. If you had taken coins back with you, you would have had a spirit of disorder that was really grateful to you.
Oh, well, damn.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah, fair.
Because imagine the fun things it would do for you at the temple services.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay.
I mean, that guy there with the big sword and all the iron armour, he looks too shiny and polished. You should probably throw things at him. Just like that.
What would have happened if we'd eaten the moss?
1 hit point of damage to the abdomen, 1 point of POW increase, and 1% on your chaos rune.
No!
And
I could've
1%
increased
on our
my
what?
POW?
On your chaos rune.
Oh, huh.
Oh, that's awful. I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's awful.
But I
Yeah.
hate chaos.
Yeah. And then the storm bulls would have a chance of sniffing you out as chaotic.
Yeah, that would be
Oh.
not good.
That would be. But on the plus side, I would get a POW increase.
You would, and you could do it once a day until you were at maximum POW.
Oh my god.
And also, like, incredibly chaotic at that point.
Probably 5-6%, but you know, it's the first 1% that does it.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's fair, I guess.
you'd probably just be killed as soon as these storm bulls sniffed you. Someone would
unfortunate.
notice. Okay,
But
in that case, I think that I can probably stop streaming, so thank you to everyone who joined, especially to you, Five, for being the voice of the god of humour,
Yes.
and for
Yeah.
cheering me on. And
It was appreciated.
yes, where is OBS
I'd just like to
anyhow?
really quickly say
Yeah?
that 5-4 said that there's an importance of gloves. Why don't I have gloves? I would really like gloves.
You can have them next time if you want to prepare a bit before you go back in.
Yes. I do want gloves.
I assume I can get a replacement shield as
You
well.
can get a replacement shield, and yes, you can get your armor replaced and repaired. Cool. So,
I feel like
Sick.
I talk about this like every time, but
goodbye.
like I really should get a weapon.
Yeah.
Like I feel like every time the session ends, I'm like, I should get a weapon for next time, and then I never do. And then I come in and I'm like, okay, guys, we're fighting. I have a 49 fist, and that's all I can work with.
Okay, I'm
Mhm.
stopping streaming now on that note.
Yeah.